Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. Thanks for joining us as always. The Tottenham Away crew are back. We've also got Benji, we've got Dan, Hotspur Hood in the house, and the Tottenham Concept joining myself, Mari, and Maz. Smash the like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, all that good stuff. You're going to have to bear with me, people. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm on the other side of the planet. I'm knackered. I just woke up to do the show. And yeah, thanks for being here. Get your comments in, get your super chats in. We'll go through it one by one. We've got so much to talk about. One game into the season, the meltdown has begun. It's carnage in the Tottenham community. It's the negatives versus the positives. Nothing's changed. Absolutely nothing's changed. But anyway, let's get into it. Maz, how you doing, man? You good? That was a great game on Saturday. Sensational stuff.
Every minute of it. It's exactly what I hoped for. Yeah, great game. Where do I start? Look, let's just say hello to everyone and then we can get into it. Otherwise, I'll be here all day talking about it.
Let's get into it. Dan E, how you doing? You good?
Yeah.
You must be buzzing. Archie Gray, your captain, yeah?
I'm sure we got a few things to say in it. But yeah, apart from that, mate, all good.
Benji, you actually predicted a loss when we went live before the game.
No, I didn't. You all thought we would lose, but I was the only one brave enough to admit it.
No. You can't.
I don't know.
Say what you think we thought, right?
I don't know.
I'm praising you for getting it right, and you're getting defensive.
No, because I know you boys. I know you boys. I know you. Look, you guys know far too much to mess around. I am convinced at least 2 of you thought this is probably going to be a loss.
I thought we could squeeze a draw.
We'll get into it. Mari, how you doing? You've got your Tottenham back. We're back. Spurs are back.
Boys are back. The performances are back. Back to normal. Everybody's calmed down and level-headed as we go into the
injuries are back, Maury.
Injuries are back. Gray's back. Falling asleep in the first half is back. So we're back.
We're back. Spurs are back. Big up to everyone in the chat. There's too many names to mention, but thank you for being here already. God bless you all. We're gonna give you a show worthy of your attendance. Don't you worry about that. Very quickly, let's just go straight in. So Spurs played Brentford, as you all know. We lost. Close game, 3-0, and they missed a penalty. The starting lineup was the big talking point, of course, with Gallagher in the 10, Ritchie starting up top with Tell, Gray as captain at right back, Mikey Moore up top, no Fernandez, no Maddison, no Bentancur in the starting lineup, and it was very, very questionable, to say the least. The first half pretty much spoke for itself. We had an expected XG of 0.09. If that was Thomas Frank, the knives would have been out. Brentford had a 1.25 XG. They had 11 shots. We only had 3. And as you can imagine, that's why we were 2-0 down. Second half, it didn't get much better. Spurs with an XG of 0.47, which is pathetic. Brentford, almost a 4. 26 shots. I believe that's the most shots Spurs have faced in many, many years, by the way. We only had 9 shots. And the stats go on and on. The only stat we won was possession, believe it or not, and accurate passes. But what does it matter if you're getting absolutely battered? Where did that leave Tottenham? Well, I've got a few more stats for you. So Tottenham have lost 40 Premier League games since the start of the 24-25 season. Only Wolverhampton have been worse in that period. Just let that sink in. Another stat for you. We've won just 79 points from a possible 231 across the last 77 games. We've dropped 152 points in that period. Here's another one. We've lost 31 more games over the last 2 years than Arsenal. 31 more. And finally, I'm not going to depress you all night, guys, but matches played in 24 August to December. This is the 24-25 season. We've scored 7 goals, 9 assists, 30 matches across all the campaign. 3 goals. Sorry, this is wrong. Beg your pardon. Ignore that one, guys. That's wrong. That's wrong. Put the wrong one up. This is the one I wanted to put up. My apologies. Kane, in the 22-23 season, scored 30 goals in 38 Premier League games. Richarlison, in the last 4 years, has scored less. 4 years, he scored 27 goals in 76 games. And he was the Kane replacement. Richarlison has done worse in 4 years than Kane in 1. And he was leading the line against Brentford. Listen, guys, stats are damning. The data's damning. The result was damning. Listen, I'll go first and I'll keep it brief. I thought De Zerbi lost his bloody mind on Saturday. I thought the manager that I love, that I like, and I'm still behind De Zerbi for now, I think he lost his freaking mind. And I've heard every excuse under the sun. That was a shocker from De Zerbi. If we played a different team that was available, would we have won? I don't know. But it's the performance that scared me, guys. That performance, we looked awful in defence. And we've got rid of Spence, we've got rid of Dragusin, we've got rid of Romero. This is meant to be a new makeshift defence. I thought in midfield we were toilet until Fernandes came on and Bentancur. And across the front three, my God, no different to Frank or Tudor. No different. So, Maz, I'll come to you first. Maz, what were you more worried about? Getting battered almost 4-0 or just the performance? We didn't even look like we were going to do anything in that game, other than Mikey Moore missing a couple of chances.
I was gutted, to be honest with you, because I agree with you. I think De Zerbi got it really, really wrong with that lineup. I think Dan and I, when we were defending Gallagher in the 10, we got it completely wrong as well, based off that performance. But everything else, we were spot on. The combination of having Gray as your captain of the defence over and above seasoned pros that won things, that captain their countries, is an abomination in itself. He played as bad as I've ever seen Gray play. I think putting Bergvall in that combative Brentford midfield just made our whole midfield collapse. I don't think Tonali could handle the whole of the Brentford midfield on his own, which is, I think, why he didn't have that great of a performance, because it's just too much for him to do. And that only changed when Bentancur and Fernandes came on. And I think Bentancur, to be honest, proved why he needs to be in the team, because he seems to be the only one that seems to perform more consistently than everyone else, which is a worry, because we should be phasing him out, right? We've got Tonali, Fernandes and Conor Gallagher, So, the decision to play Moore and Tell and Richarlison, what did De Zerbi expect? I'm more angry with the fact that we've got players that we spent £85 million on the bench. I think that was a grave mistake. You don't spend £85 million to bench the player. When he comes on, he looks fitter than all the other players. Why isn't he starting the whole game? If he's that, why not play him 60, 70 minutes and take him off if he needs, do it that way around. You've got Solanke on the bench, right? And you're putting Moore ahead of Solanke and Richarlison. You spent 65 million on the bloke. I don't rate him. I think he's absolute toilet. I'm not saying he would have done any better, but there are options in that bench that we had to change the forward line. Maddison, I can't stress enough what a waste of space I think Maddison is at Spurs, right? not because he's not got technical ability or that when he has done good things that he doesn't deserve praise. But the guy came back from injury, from being off of the whole of bloody last season. He played the last 2-3 games for Spurs before the summer. Surely Maddison should have got himself fighting fit and ready for the start of next season. But no, he's injured again. And you see reports coming out that he took a little bit of a bad fall in his shoulder, might have hurt his shoulder or some bullshit like that. It's just like the guy isn't even made of glass. He's made of cheese string and fucking putty. He's like, there's nothing to him. Yeah, what a waste of space. And what annoys me about him the most is that he gives banter. You can only give banter, right, if you can back it up and you're playing. Don't give banter to people, right, or say your IDK isn't an ITK when you can't even get yourself fucking fit for the first game of the season and you're injured again. Mikey Moore, crying like a baby when he was playing under Ange, because he wasn't going to get first team football, crying to his parents, saying, "Oh, Tottenham ain't going to, do this, do that for him because he thinks he's something special," right? We ship him off to one of the worst leagues in the world, right? He does okay there. He comes back, and just when we give him an opportunity to say, "All right, then, you're here now. You're going to have a game, prove yourself." What does he do? He p-rolls it to the keeper 3 times. Like, put your laces through it, for crying out loud. You've got an open goal, mate. Right? Another waste of space. I know he's a young player. I know that we should give him a chance and all this sort of stuff, right? But we've got to start getting real at Spurs and start being ruthless, right? If these young players don't grab the opportunity to prove themselves, right, get them gone. Right? The person that we should have given a chance to, we sold for 20 million, Lancashire. Why? Why sell him when you've got dog shit like Richarlison and Solanke as your options? Give the boy a chance, right? And if he falls on his sword, then fine, get rid of him. But at least give him a chance. It's just a mess still. I don't blame De Zerbi completely, although it was his fault as well that we lost yesterday. I still back him. I still think he's a great manager. I hope that he can fix things quickly. But what an absolute shambolic, same old Spurs performance. And if we continue like this, right, we're not going to finish any better than what we did last season, if we're lucky.
Dan,
it is what it is.
What do you have to say? Maz is clearly not having it. I've made myself cleared. I think De Zerbi lost his mind. I think he just completely lost the plot in that first game. Where are you at with it all?
I mean, completely. I think some of the subs bench was more down to the fact that players weren't ready as such, weren't totally fit. But then I can agree with what Maz said. Like, if they're only like 60, 70 minutes fit, then start them instead of have to bring them on to catch up. I think we learned, I think it was Maz who actually said it, that we're going to learn a lot today. Or whatever, whether you said it the day before or on the day, whatever. It was Maz who actually said it, I think. On like, we're actually going to learn a lot out of this game, and so is De Zerbi. And we did. We learned a hell of a lot out of that game. I think that game has shown that things ain't going to fall into place in 5 minutes. Okay, whole team wasn't on there, everything else, I get that. But some of the decisions he made was a bit strange. I mean, he could have even put Richie on the side and bloody Solanke up front. Okay, you'd rather not have him on the pitch. But Mikey Moore, he's not even ready. Even though you do hear it again because he's that young player. Certain Spurs supporters love him off for some reason. What the hell are you doing making Archie Gray a captain? Seriously. Someone like Robertson who's won everything. He's hardly good. That one, that's on his head. I mean, why is Davis even in the captain material, basically? When you could put Robertson and Tonali there, or Robertson and Gallagher there, people who have been captains. Not saying Gallagher had a good game. I think the whole thing was a total mess, down to the fact that the keeper showed lack of experience as well. He cost us the second goal. The defending of Van Hecke was absolutely shocking in that first half. Improved a little bit, but I think that's one of the worst I've seen someone have for their first game. We just looked a mess everywhere. Tonali looked completely lost in the middle, having to cover Bergvall. He was totally on his own for the first half. Looked a bit better when Fernandez came on. The whole thing was just a total, utter wreck. Richie, who surprised it, the whole thing was bad. And I think what hurt a lot of people was it actually looked even worse than last season. And you didn't think it was going to get any worse than that. Well, it just did. Give it a bit of time. Things have got to fall into place. It ain't going to happen in 5 minutes. But that was bad.
Benji, result or performance? What disappointed you the most?
Without doubt, the performance, it was absolutely poor. However, the funny thing is, I actually don't really put that too much on De Zerbi. I don't really think he's lost his mind at all. I think the guy was hamstrung, if anything. Look, there's plenty of players on the sidelines at the moment, and we've all complained in the past about Spurs not looking after players properly, and unfortunately, that's what De Zerbi's doing with a few of them. I'm sure players like Pedro Porro could have played. I'm hearing Van der Ven is a slight knock. He probably could have played. And obviously Fernandez probably could have started. But you got to respect the process. The guys trying to look after our players. Look, listen, for me, what I'm disappointed with the most is probably individual performances. Like, again, with team selection, I'm not too bothered because we kind of knew that was coming. I mean, especially that front three. We've got no one else, so we always knew who that was going to be. You can complain about Mikey Moore playing, but we don't have another right winger, so that's a sort of a foregone conclusion. But yeah, for me, it was more individual performances I was so disgusted with. Van Heck, massive hopes for him. Good God, what a debut to forget. The guy was absolutely awful.
That was
bad. It was sickening. And I'm not being funny. You can bitch about Romero, but I don't think I've seen Romero that bad for an entire game. That was I couldn't make anything of it. I mean, Tonali as well. Tonali wasn't great, but listen, you've got Bergvall next year. I'm not expecting him to run the show on his own. It's a hard thing to do. This is why I said last time we spoke still that Gallagher should have always played deeper, and Bergvall, if anyone, should have played in the 10. Because I tell you something, the positions that Bergvall took up defensively is where Gallagher would have been. He wouldn't have made those mistakes. I can promise you that much. Now, I don't rate Gallagher as highly as some others, but if he was in those situations, he wouldn't have done that. He wouldn't have done his typical run straight into a player. It's crazy. But yeah, for me, I just feel like, look, it's just one game, but I do feel like De Zerbi was kind of hamstrung.
Okay, so Benji isn't so much blaming De Zerbi. You've got a quick super chat here. Thank you very much from Leighton Evelyn, who says, something ain't right. Where's our forwards? Well, this is something, Leighton, that we've been talking about for 6 weeks, and we've been banging this drum every week since, and here we are, season started, and we're still saying the same thing. Totally agree with you. Mari, is it De Zerbi? Is it just the club? Is it what Benji said, we're hamstrung? Is it a bit of everything? Where are you at with it all?
I think it's a whole mix, a bag of Chuck's mix. It's a piece of everybody. De Zerbi with that lineup, for me, I would have preferred Bentancur to start. In regards to Archie Gray, I mean, it is what it is. We don't have proper cover. I mean, I said it on a WhatsApp chat. People complain. I said, responsible clubs make sure they have their replacement in. So we had no choice but to put Gray in, which was, it is what it is. So that's really that's the only thing, making him the captain, starting, Bergvall, who I went in on your show on Saturday. I want him gone. personally, if you're going to complain all summer about having a chance to play and feel entitled, and you put a performance like that, and it wasn't, and I'm not angry about his skill. It is what it is, but the effort that you put in, that was absolutely disgusting. And I'm like, this entitled prick needs to go. I want him out of my club. You know, if we're gonna have the same energy, right? You know, all right, Romero, you don't want to. All right, you need to go. All right. Same with Bergvall. Your ass need to go. Um, you know, our forwards. You know, it is what it is. Maz said everything I wanted to say about Mikey Moore. You know, I get, you know, we're a club where some of our fan base wants to coddle and rub the belly and like, oh, he's just a kid. Man, he's been there, done that the last 2 seasons. He knows what we've been going through. He knows like we needed him to step up, and those shots were just weak and pathetic. I actually watched the game back on DVR, and that's like those type of shots are that's 12-year-old level, 13 level. It was so weak. They were like passes. Like let's get real. They were like passes. I think he was just nervous out his mind. You know, he shit in his pants when he took those shots. Like, oh shit. Like maybe he was shocked that Tell actually did something, one of the very few things. And he's like, oh my goodness, I have a chance. And just oh you know, so um and then the midfield with Tonali, you know, it is what it is. He had to cover a lot of ground. That's why I wanted Bentancur to kind of play. And Van Heck, I had the same thought as Benji. It was like, where's Romero? Um, but I'm going to be fair. I can't have a verdict on him until after 15 games, and even more than that. You know, it's a new team. What's fair? The new players, you know, Senesi, Van Heck, Hanali, Fernandez, they're still trying to find their way in this Tottenham toxic culture. But I will say this. I am just like I'm not panicking, I'm not jumping off a ledge. I just want to kind of like what Dan E is saying. I just want to see how it is the first 10 games, the first 15 games, the first 20 games, uh, you know, just see how it's built up. To be fair, you know. So that's it.
I'm going to push back on a couple of you guys here, and it links to this super chat. Okay, so a user, thank you so much. He says, "I understand injuries, etc. What the fuck? Passion, effort." Tin Man, by the way, I've seen your super chat. We're going to bring up your super chat when we get to Archie Gray. But the reason this super chat is relevant is because the whole point of signing Senesi, Robertson, Van Heck, Tonali, etc., is they're Premier League proven. The whole point of not signing Oshermans and Torres and players from overseas is because they need time to bed in. They need time to settle in. These are Premier League players that were making basic mistakes. Couldn't pass, couldn't tackle, couldn't block, caught out of position. What was the point, right? What was the point of signing Premier League players if they look like Championship players when they put a Spurs kit on? This is why, for me, from De Zerbi. This is why, guys, I've gone in on De Zerbi with this.
I agree.
Because you signed Premier League players and now they're looking like champions. I agree with Mari. Let's see how it goes. I'm not saying De Zerbi out, but, you know.
But is this not the case, Stel?
Passion, effort. They're Premier League players. They're not newbies.
Stel, you as a coach, right? Is it not the case that when your forward line is so ineffective and can't do the basics, you can have the best defenders in the world, right? But everything falls apart. because you know that old saying, you defend from the front, right? When you're effective at attacking team, that relieves pressure around the pitch, unless you're Ange, obviously, which let's not go into Ange. But I get the impression that a lot of the players struggled because we're so ineffective in those key positions going forward, right? That it just invited the pressure onto us constantly. Because Brentford, they won every ball. They were physical. They were faster than us, fitter than us. They covered more ground than us. They had desire. They played the ball
They
better.
targeted Archie Gray. I think they targeted Archie Gray.
targeted Bergvall and the Greys and the younger players
so.
in the team. They really exploited all of our weaknesses, right? They knew that Conor Gallagher, and and again, to reiterate what we said, Dan and I got it completely wrong, that he wasn't going to create anything. They knew that Tell, he huffs and puffs in the first, when he's at the halfway line, but when he gets to the business end of the pitch, he does fuck all. They knew that Moore wasn't going to score a goal. They knew that Richarlison was going to be on the floor for 90 minutes of the whole game, right? Because he doesn't know how to hold up a ball.
And they knew Solanke would come on and do absolutely nothing as well.
Yeah, exactly, right. And I think one of the reasons why this last 3 seasons we've been so bad is we've been sussed, mate. All these players have been sussed out, right? Now, look, I'm not going to go in on Van Heck and Senesi and Tonali and stuff. It's their first game, they probably got the shock of their lives when they played that game, I was impressed with Robertson, by the way, right?
Yeah.
I think he showed why he was at Liverpool for 10 years and why he won everything. Right?
Going forward, he was brilliant. His crosses were on point.
Yeah, I didn't think he defended too bad either. I mean, no one defended well, but, I think he's going to be a good player for us. I think,
I do.
I'm quite happy that we signed him.
Guys, do you think we made a mistake just not keeping Paulinho for one season whilst we transition? Just for one more season.
I said it, and Sava knocked it down by saying no because he can't do a De Zerbi system, and I'm like, well,
he said the same to me.
Right, you need, and I think Sava's been spot on with his assessments on most things on a De Zerbi team, but when you don't have fighters in your team, and when you've got the Bergvalls and the Greys and the Richarlisons and the Tells and the and everyone else that we're dogging on, of course you need Paulinho.
Just for one season, just one more season whilst we build the squad. Just keep Paulinho there.
Absolutely.
He might have even scored. He probably would have scored.
But another thing, Paulinho was our best player last year. He was the best player.
Yeah, he was.
Right? So why didn't we sign him? What? For the sake of 15, 20 million? It's nuts. Absolutely nuts.
I can understand a certain point on why we didn't sign him, but me personally, another season, I would not have said no to him. Problem is with Paulinho, and I have to agree with some people on here, he's bloody good at what he does, but he's not a very universal player. Fernandes is, from what I hear. Tonali is. He's not quite what De Zerbi necessarily wants or think he wants. I don't think any of us actually know properly yet for his system as such to just sit back and defend. But we desperately needed that as well.
Dan, like don't you think though we needed?
I would have had him.
Don't you? I agree that Paulinho isn't a De Zerbi player. I don't disagree with that. But whilst we're in transition, I would have kept him for 2 reasons. One, he gives us a layer of protection in front of the back four that I don't think other players in the team really do that as well. And 2, at 2-0 down, you need a leader on that pitch, and we know he's got leadership qualities. He could have maybe led us back into the game. Maybe it's a big maybe, but we had no one on that pitch to lead us.
We did
when we were in trouble.
We did. I just don't think it's like Robertson. There's your perfect leader, but when he's just been told that Archie Gray is his bloody captain, okay, Archie Gray, get your finger out your arse and get your act together. Now, I understand the other side that maybe he should have just overlooked Gray and got on with it, because Gray didn't exactly lift his head off the floor, did he? Let alone trying to hype up the team.
Dan, let's go into that.
What to do.
let's go into it. You start the chat on this. Let's talk about it. Archie Gray, whilst we're on it, okay? So he was given the captaincy role, which some of us lost the plot over. I know I did. There's a super chat here from Tim Man who says, "Thank you for the super chat, by the way, Tim Man. Respect to you. Gray shouldn't be in the team, let alone captain. Unbelievable decision, especially after admitting he's a shy lad. Also, I have massive doubts on Kinski, which you said, Dan, earlier on. He's going to cost us a lot of goals this season. So let's just focus on the Archie Gray bit. Do you think it was an unbelievable decision? And for whatever reason that De Zerbi decided to make him captain, it was a complete calamity because it didn't benefit Tottenham. It didn't benefit us as fans. And I don't know how that's benefited Archie Gray either. What is your thoughts on Gray being captain of the first game of the season away to Brentford?
To me, I mean, it depends how many red flags you count. That's my second red flag for De Zerbi. And it's not that I haven't got faith. I think he's going to do well for us. I think he's going to take time. But that is the second red flag he's given me now. First one, Kinski. Second one, Archie Gray. How the fuck do you put Archie Gray in the top 5 leader? He probably thought he'd never have to play him apart from, say, like some little game or something. But we all know how injury prone we are. I mean, why Ben Davies is on there, I don't know, but we're on about Gray. What the fuck is Gray doing as a captain? He probably can't... that must have made players like Robertson, like Tonali, like Gallagher, even other players on that pitch, just look at the manager, just what are you doing? I'm an established player. One saying I've just cost 100 million. Another one saying that he's captained Chelsea. Another one who's captained Scotland and Liverpool at times. And they're getting bossed over, or supposedly, by Archie Gray, who's not even fit enough to be in this team. I can get why he's in the 25, but I think he's a championship player at best. But I can handle having him in the 25 for the meantime to cover space. But what the hell is he doing as captain? For me, that is a major red... I'm just going to say it straight. Putting Archie Gray as the captain of any manager was retarded. Simple as that. It was that thick. I can't think of a better word for it. So I'm just going to have to use the word. I apologise if people don't like it, but it is what it is. I cannot think of another word for it that shows how stupid
you're right, Dan. It's
that
okay.
was.
So it's my channel that gets cancelled. Not sure. It's not yours. You're right. You'll be fine.
Do you know what? Right? Do you know what? This is the problem, boys. When you sell a player like Spence and you don't go and replace him immediately, you're stuck with putting a 20-year-old, 19, 20-year-old, whatever, however old that clown is, back in it, right back. Look, do you know what? It's not just our views on this. I wonder how the players looked upon that. You're giving your faith. You're putting faith into a 20-year-old boy who's never particularly done anything good for the club thus far. And admittedly, I'll say this, I don't think it's all on Gray, because realistically, I think the way Spurs have treated our youth has been absolutely shocking. Bergvall, Tells, Grays, they shouldn't have been thrown in the deep end like they have. It's a disgrace. But regardless, we are where we are. For me, I do sit and I think, I wonder what the players are thinking about that decision. Because you've got to think about it, boys. You're giving the captaincy to a 20-year-old, and there are seasoned players in that squad.
One that isn't even a good player bench. One that isn't even a good player.
What are we doing? And Dan, I'm with you about the red flags, right? I'm still not 100% on the Kinski red flag, but I see why you say it. It's completely understandable. And you know what? You're probably right. I have said that in the past, but yeah, this has definitely got to be some sort of red flag for De Zerbi, right? Why would you do it? Okay. How about this? Can any of you give me one reason why you'd make Archie Gray? Does he have any characteristics that stand out as captain material for you? Can you give me one reason why you'd do it?
He looks like the sort of fella that at the age of 25 would probably still drink milk in the pub. And he's shy. Even the manager said he's shy.
Maz, are we making too much of a big deal over Gray being captain on the day, or is it a significant decision that did have a wider impact on the psyche of the team?
It's a microcosm of the wider issue that we didn't choose the right leaders. So when De Zerbi picked Van der Ven as captain, I was like, yeah, I can see that. I've always thought that he will be a future Tottenham captain. He had a bit of a wobble last year with, when everyone was getting really pissed off with Frank and everything and started losing it. But, if he's realised his mistakes and he wants to play for De Zerbi, then fine, make him the captain. He's been at the club for 3 years. He does have that leadership quality. He's shown it when he has been captain, when he saved us from losing games where he's got a goal or he's made a tackle, etc., etc. I get it. But I'm with Dan. I mean, like, you brought in Premier League proven, experienced players, Senesi, Robertson, even Conor Gallagher, but I wouldn't make Conor Gallagher captain. But Bentancur, Porro. I know Porro's the number 2, right, in terms of the captaincy, and he wasn't playing. But they're the guys that you need to look to make captains that have achieved and won things and done things, right? And I'm even against putting Maddison into that leadership group. And the reason why is I don't even think he should be at Spurs. Right? Enough. I think it's an absolute disgrace. We're paying him big money, right? And he's constantly injured, right? For me, that's unacceptable, mate. I know people say, it's not his fault, he's getting injured. No, I blame these players for getting injured because Porro, right, looks after himself. He's a model professional. He's fit. He turns up every game. He plays, right? Even when we had Royale, he invested in his fitness, right? So he wouldn't get injured and he could handle the physicality of the Premier League. I rate that when players do that. Kane looks after himself, right? Yeah, he had ankle injuries, but he wasn't an injury-prone player, right? Always there. You lead by example. I get the impression with Maddison, like he was, like his history dictated at Leicester, that he don't look after himself properly. He don't lift enough weights. Doesn't have his protein shakes. Doesn't run enough. Doesn't do whatever. Right? Because the boy's constantly injured.
Maybe he's just brittle, Maz. Some people are just brittle. You can spend all the time you want on work. I agree.
Then he shouldn't be at Spurs. But maybe he's just brittle. That's why I'm annoyed. Because we give far too much grace, right, to these players who really rate themselves. And Maddison really rates himself, right? And I think you should only really rate yourself and add attitude when you prove it and you're there playing for your club. So I don't want him at Spurs. But
Maz, you've been one of the best centre attacking midfielders in the league for years, mate.
Don't give a shit. Don't give a shit. Really? Don't want him at Spurs. It's pissed me off. I'm really pissed off with it because he came on and he did nothing, right? When we need him to do something, right? He's not fit, right? We need to, as one of the things that we've been talking about, certainly for the last 6-7 years we've been doing YouTube, right, is the standards falling at this club. And the standards have fallen so much now that we're keeping around injury-prone players because we can't find better, supposedly. I've had enough of it. I'm going to be brutal this season. Right, I've had enough of these players that constantly get injured.
Maz saying I'm going to be brutal this season is exactly like the last 5 seasons.
I said this on the 2 marks, and I said it on your post-game show. The losing, because I predicted a draw. Losing, I could have taken that loss, but it's just how we lost. This club, this team not showing any fight, and it's the same thing we've seen the last 3 or 4 seasons. And you can't have a kid who's I mean, he wet the bed last week to be the captain, and Lee Dixon, he said it at best. 2-0, everybody's heads down. So you expect Gray to go? I mean, I respect the captain, but Gray doesn't have the cojones to walk up to Bergvall's like, what the fuck? Kinski, yo, let's go. And, you know, as I hear this rant by Maz about Madison, I 100% agree because you know what? Madison's been tainted. There's still players in this club who have been tainted that all put their heads down when we're down 1-0, 2-0, 3-0. And we want to start fresh, right? We got rid of Ramiro, we got rid of Spence, right? We wanted to bring in people who's going to fight for the club and those who have some talent. But it's going to be a long, painful rebuild, even with De Zerbi. Just to be honest, because you still have remnants of this club of lollygaggling. It's a word that we say here in the States, half-assing, because that's what we saw. That's what a lot of non-Spurs fans, neutrals saw. Like, damn, like the body language. But even the fans like me, and I think everybody here in this panel could see, like, yo, first game of the season, manager's not in trouble. You know, there's no player mutiny yet. And that's the effort we got in the first game of the season? Like, really? And I only guys saw that picture of that fan, that road supporter who had his arms like this. He had his arms like this towards the club. Like, this is what you give us. These mofos, yo, I'm telling you now, on Saturday, our first home game, someone needs to kick him in the ass. Someone from the board. Like, I've heard other clubs from the board, they have put that pressure on the players like, yo, come on now. But we think about it, it's Vinay and Lang. Because they showed them after the game and during the game. And it's just like corporate people just sitting there, just looking all puzzled, and it's so fucking weak. It's just, I know I'm going on a rant, but that's how the team played on Saturday. And now these guys need to put their full effort in this coming game against Newcastle at home.
By the way, Newcastle looks all right against Liverpool, and Chelsea look very good tonight as well. We'll discuss that at the end. Another player I want to talk about, boys and girls, is Bergvall.
Before we move on, sorry, Stel, to interrupt you.
Go for it.
Just one stat that quite a few of the guys, regulars on this show and other shows have put up. Madison's only completed 7 games out of 40 90-minute games. 90 minutes in 7 games. What's an utter disgrace?
I thought it was 5.
The Leicester supporter, Wayne, he warned us. What was it they called him? 1 of 3 Madison or whatever it was, 1/3 Madison, because 1/3 he's been really good for us. 1/3 he literally fell off a cliff. I mean, those first 10 games for us, along with Basuma, they were the best 2 midfielders in the league at the time. Obviously not the most gifted, but playing together, they was proper up and with it. After that, I mean, you might as well have knocked him off a skyscraper, let alone a cliff.
In
And
January,
then he's just bloody injured.
In January, when
What he said came true.
Wayne was right from day one. You're spot on.
Yeah.
In January, when we were talking about will Frank be backed? Is he going to be sacked? Is he staying? I remember going on We Are Tottenham TV and saying, I would 100% get rid of Maddison this window if possible. If not, get rid of him end of the year. He's got to go. It's pointless. He's never available. And the usual happened. I got pummeled. Everyone pulls in. They don't like it. They don't want to hear it because it's not positive.
I agreed with you on that one.
Now look. The best quality you can have as a player, other than being a good footballer, is to be available to be a good footballer. But he's just not available. I want to talk about Bergvall. These were the comments from De Zerbi post-match. Lucas Bergvall, the second goal, I think he didn't play bad, even if I substituted at half-time. But Lucas, in the next 2 years, he will not lose the ball in that moment of the game. There are steps to become better. Now, he did go on to speak about how he did this, as in playing Bergvall, keeping him there, because it will be better for him in the future. And if it's better for him, it'll be better for the team. So effectively, what he admitted is, I risked 3 points in order to develop the player. Now, I just want to say this, guys. From a youth football coaching perspective, that's exactly what you do. That's exactly what you do. However, is De Zerbi going to be allowed to just drop 3 points nilly-willy if at the end of the season those 3 points means we miss out in Europe? If at the end of the season that's the difference between us having money to go big again and not having money to go big because we didn't get into Europe. If the board are backing him and he's allowed to have these free hits and lose points because in 3 years' time these players are going to be really good because we're riding it out now, fair enough. But history says managers get sacked off of results. So where are you at with Bergvall and where are you at with his comments? Because he effectively admitted, listen, we're going to take hits along the way, giving these youngsters a chance. And I can understand that as a youth coach. I totally get it. But it is a results business as well. There's got to be a balance. Maybe too many youngsters on the pitch at once is a bad idea.
I want that title trick gone. I've already said my answer.
We are not in a position to go giving youth players a chance. That has nearly got us relegated 2 seasons on the trot. We are not in that position.
Not one or two, Dan. Not one or two. Because we had Tell, Gray, Bergvall, and there's one more.
Yeah, but there's a time and a place.
Mikey Moore and Kinski. We had 4 youngsters starting. Is that not the problem? Maybe just one or two, not 4.
There's a time and a place. I wouldn't take a chance with any of them. None of them. Mikey Moore is not good enough to play in the Premier League yet. Okay, he's 18. He might improve. Archie Gray has regressed over 2 years. Should not be in that team. But Bergvall has regressed. Shouldn't be in that team. Kinski has had 5 good games. He should not be the number 1 goalkeeper when he has done nothing to prove that he has the capability to be the number 1 goalkeeper consistently, bar a couple of good saves at the end of last season, which he did do, but I'm sorry, that don't make a number 1. That's doing more. Doing that is massive, massive chances with the goalkeeper and also up front. I can get the Mikey Moore bit. What option was there really? But we can't keep taking those chances. That nearly got us relegated. Why we did not accept the 40, 50 mil, whatever it is for Bergvall, I do not know, or why we have not gone to Nottingham Forest and said, right, there's 80, 90, 100 million and Bergvall, give me Morgan Gibbs-White.
Do you know what? To be honest,
I don't
Dan,
understand it.
I'm gonna throw this out there. I find this incredibly laughable personally. And I'm not going to pay attention to a single word he says in the media about a player that's performed badly, okay? Because at the end of the day, boys, you know it, I know it, and everyone in chat knows it. He's going to back his boy. This is the same man that said, what was it he said about Solanke? He's one of the best strikers. This is it. Listen, you know what I mean? Give me a fucking break.
He's got to say what he's got to say.
His boy. Of course he does. Of course he does. But I have said from day dot, I think this season, one of the worst bits of business we've done is to refuse that 45 million for Bergvall. Dan, as you so rightly said, he's regressed since spin at Spurs. Listen, the guy, and again, this is something I have said. I do think there's a player there. I really do. I'm convinced there is, but I don't think you're going to see that at Tottenham. So yeah, for me, where I'm at right now, he should have been gone. This is the problem with Spurs. Youth players. And Estelle, I know me and you had that conversation at the start of, let's have a look here, the pre-season about giving players a chance. For me, this is kind of what happens when you piss around with too much youth. I mean, as you said, four youth players were in the team.
Benji, can I just for the record make it clear what I said? I said Mikey Moore needs a loan. I said Archie Gray needs to be out of the club. I said we might as well move on Bergvall because we didn't develop him properly when he came. The only 2 players I said we should put in this squad and embed them in was Barnett and Malachi Hardy. They're the only 2. The rest I said, let it be what it is. And those 2 didn't play. We did everything but that.
People justify it still. So many people justify Gray. They justify Tell. They justify Bergvall. And I'm even debating with everyone from the very start of the season. They're justifying Kinski as well. It sort of it contradicts everything that the majority of fans moan about. You'll get the same fan that is going on about Okay, moaning might be the wrong word, but you get the same fan that goes about, we want Tonali's, we want £100 million players, we want quality players, we want this, we are Tottenham Hotspur, we are this imaginary big club, we are this, we are that, we can do this. Oh no, give Kinksky a go, he's had 5 good games. No, Archie Gray's going to come good under this manager. No, Bergville will come good under this. No, Tell's quality player. What the fuck do you want? Seriously. It is contradicting as far as I'm concerned. But that's just my opinion.
Maz, where are you at with Bergvall? And more importantly, I want to know what you think of the Zerbi comments. Are you like Benji, don't listen to it, or are you a little bit concerned?
I think that Roberto De Zerbi is very clever in his words, like Conte was. Like you can read that comment in 2 ways. He's kind of protecting the player because he doesn't want to dig him out in public, which we've got to respect. A lot of managers do that, and they should do that. Apart from Mourinho's a law upon himself, but he also says that he's not ready because in 2 years' time he's not going to do that once I develop him. So he's admitted the boy's not ready. Now, does that excuse Roberto De Zerbi making the mistake and like you said, still throwing away 3 points? Absolutely not, because we're not in a position to throw any points away at Tottenham Hotspur. And you know, if we've, like you said, we messed up his development, and because we messed up his development, we should get rid of him. Now, it might not be his fault. He might move to another club and do well and all that sort of stuff. You know, good on him if he does that. But at Spurs, he ain't going to be the player that we want him to be. I think it's too late, right? And I also think as well is, who the hell does he think he is? Moaning that he wants to play, he wants more regular first-team football. Moaning when he's not showing it on the pitch. What has he done at Spurs? Fuck all. Nothing. So we should beat him off on that fact, let alone anything else.
Exactly.
Right? And if it's true that we got offered 50 million and we didn't accept it, that's nuts. That's negligence by the club and De Zerbi if they didn't accept 50 million for him. Right? So, yeah, I want him gone. I don't want him at Spurs. I'd rather, like you said, bring the other youngsters in that have an opportunity to prove themselves and see what they do. I'd rather give them the opportunity. And if they don't grasp it, see you later. Next, there'll be plenty more where they came from. Right? That's the way we need to look at it. We need to be like Chelsea in a respect. Mm-hmm. And like Liverpool. If you don't make it, piss off.
Baked potato. See you later.
Yeah. If we're going to have a standard, then have the standard. Right? But you can't have a moving standard. You've got to be consistent with all the players.
Does it to what suits them, Maz. A lot of people do it all the time. I mean, all right, we all change our minds. I get that. But a lot of people flip and flop so much on what they want at this club. And what we do with a lot of players here, not just the young players, but with a lot of other players we've done it, we might as well give them a blue badge for parking up. Look what they did with Lo Celso and Dombele. They say it with Richie. Oh, don't worry, this manager are getting good. Like I said before, don't worry, Bergvall will come good under this one. Don't worry. People justify it. That is one of the most biggest things that winds me up on it.
Dan, what winds me up is we've given these guys a chance. Bergvall's been at the club for 2-3 years now. Gray's been at the club for 2-3 years now. Right?
And they've regressed.
The last couple of years. Fine, they're young, but regardless, he came to Spurs. He had the shittest 6 months ever, right?
And we bought him.
It was dog shit, and then we bought him, right? And now we've got fans going, "Oh, I see something in him. I see something."
Because of a couple of friendlies. Sarr was good in the friendlies last year.
He controls the ball down, and it looks nice in that moment.
Because he scored a free kick against Australian farmers.
It's ridiculous.
Nothing against Australians, by the way, but it is a farmers' league compared to the Premier League, if we're going to be honest about it. There's another player we need to discuss, guys. For me, this was one of the worst Premier League debuts I've seen of a Spurs player. And
agreed.
And do you know what? Only right, Van Heck. Only at Spurs do we sign Brighton's best centre back, and we get battered 3-0. And Brighton sign Vuskovic, and they keep a clean sheet and beat Villa 4-0. In what world does it happen other than Spurs? In what world do we pay 50 million for that privilege? What other club does that? Can anyone tell me how that happened? Mate, he was shocking. Van Heck had a shocker.
I'll go first because I don't have too much to say. Look, I'm not going to judge Van Heck. I know Van Heck's a good player. I'm not going to judge.
Yeah, it's just this one game, right? This one game.
Right? Okay. Porro had I think Porro's debut was worse, if I'm honest with you. I mean, Porro couldn't kick a ball when he first came to Spurs. He was that bad. So, I'm not going to dig into the new players based off one game. You know, we've seen him at Brighton. We know he's a really good defender. Right, I think he's going to come good for us. But he just had a shocker in that one game. But then everyone had a shocker. I mean, I know he had more of a shocker than others, but who was good? No one was good. You know, I think the only players that did well, I think, is Robertson. If I'm honest,
Robertson.
Yeah.
I thought Fernandes looked tidy when he came on.
Yeah, he did. It was all right. You know.
Bar the penalty, Bentancur was stable when he came on as well.
Yeah. Bentancur was all right, yeah.
It just looked like a team of nervous players. Am I wrong in saying that? The whole team looked nervous. Van Heck especially so. Do you know what? I've seen worse debuts. I remember Jonathan Woodgate's at Real Madrid. That was a shocker. But for me, like my 15-year-old son sat next to me when I watched the game, and even he turned to me and said, "Dad, why is he out of position so much?" Van Hecker was shocking. However, you boys are right. It is just one game. But my question to you is, why was everybody so nervous? I don't understand that.
Because of last season. Crazy. Because of last season.
Yeah, this is what I said.
Archie Gray was captain. Everyone was watching.
Well, yeah, no, I said it on one of my shows. I did say it looked to me like a team that hadn't forgotten or moved on past last season. It was just, and the crazy thing is, it's bad enough having a shite front line, but adding a shite back line to that, it's just a recipe for disaster. All I know is, come the next game, and you know what? I'm going to say it. I do hope for the Charlton game, we play our absolute strongest, because these boys need to start building some sort of chemistry and get some sort of confidence up. And I do think shitting on a team like Charlton, I should be careful what I say because you never know, right? But I think if you can go and shit on Charlton, I think it builds a bit of confidence, right? Because make no mistake, we all think Newcastle have been gutted, but they ain't no mugs. And Rastell's right, they did kind of turn up against Liverpool. I mean, the statistics wouldn't exactly back that claim up, but they looked all right. They didn't look like a broken team.
They gave it a go, Benji. They
did. You're absolutely right.
They gave it a go. A quick super chat from a user again. Thank you. He says, not Van Heck, more like, what the heck?
Agree.
Let's move it on. Why are they at this club? Why do fans come on my channel and, post? I'm trying to find I can't even find it. Like, honestly, guys, I'm lost for words when it comes to these two. I just don't understand what Solanke or Richie bring to this club. I'm lost for words. Richie wasn't just horrific. He was fucking atrocious against Brentford. And then when Solanke came on, I don't remember him even touching the ball, guys. Maybe he did. Maybe he didn't. I just don't remember it. Like, why at the start of the window when we knew we needed a new front line? How are we going into the Brentford game with these two still at the club? Right, let me calm down so I can feel myself about to blow. Why are they still at Tottenham, guys? Why are they still at Tottenham?
Because we hadn't signed anybody. I think that whole City deal has been going on for a very long time so that they could work it out properly what was best for them, so they'd have to pay the least money for Marmouche over and everything. Spurs trying to work it out the best way for them. And then also I think what might have took the time on it is squeezing the getting the loan for Marmoush instead of buying him with the obligation to buy if he plays however many games or what else. And I reckon that's why it took so long, and they didn't want to get rid of a striker or two, even though they're not really worth having now, until we've actually got them. I think there's a chance you might see one of them, Richie go by the end of the window now that we've got Marmoush in. Or
I have another theory. Dan. To save face. That's a combined 115, 120 million pounds on our strike force.
How do you save face keeping that crap?
Do you know what? I don't know.
How does that save you face?
In hopes that it works out. I do not know.
Sometimes you've got to be more of a man to put your hands up and say I was wrong and walk away and go to the next fight.
I agree. I agree. I agree. But this is Tottenham, mate. This is Tottenham. This is what we do.
It's very true. Very true. I cannot justify them at this club. I didn't want either of them. I did not want Richarlison. And I thought two for nail. I do not want Solanke here. But all of a sudden when we got him, a load of fans changed their mind on look what he did last season. Look how good he's going to be. Mate, you might as well put a bus into a bloody wall. He's terrible.
Do you know what? Right? I'm going to say this, and I'm probably going to get shot down for it. Solanke in his very first season for Spurs scored 16 goals. I thought he had a respectable season, given how he was being played. And part of me does, somewhere in my deep, dark little heart, does think a fully fit, a fully sharp Solanke can offer you far more than what he currently is, of course. So for me, providing that, I wouldn't mind too much if we sold. I mean, I'd love to get rid of Richarlison. I can't stand that guy. And I know the counter argument will be, yeah, but he scores more goals than Solanke, which is fine. But Solanke's not been fit for God knows how long. So if I had to keep one of them as backup, I probably would keep Solanke. I don't know how you guys feel
why
about
keep
that.
any of them, Benji? Why keep any?
I don't want to. Because I know how Spurs operate, mate, and we would not sell both of them.
You know, Richie statistically has outperformed Solanke almost every season bar one.
I know. But he's not been fit since that season, has he? Let's be honest, not really.
I don't understand any Spurs fan that ever says on any platform that Solanke's going to come good. Based on what? What evidence in this planet is there to back that up?
He's had a good season.
I've just got a tiny weeny little
he's
bit.
Had one good season.
Do you know what it is? Do you know what it is? And this is just for me personally. It's a personal opinion. I think overall Solanke is a better player. He's got a better touch. He can hold on. Hear me out. I'm going to get there, mate. He's got a better touch. He can hold up the ball better, far better. He can pass better. I just think overall he is a better player. Admittedly,
but his output is he can have a better touch, right?
It's like your number one job as a striker is to score goals.
You've got two blokes. Right?
Scoring goals is your main priority.
Right? One of them.
But look how much Richie's cost us, though. Still, that's the problem.
Yeah, but your job as a striker is to score, and all over here is Solanke's got a good touch. Solanke finds good pockets. Solanke runs. What about the thing you got paid to do when we signed you, which is to score? Why does that just get brushed under the carpet, but everything else is great? That's like saying we've just signed a new pilot for our airline. He's good at changing the tires. He's good at reading the weather. He's really good at building team relationships in the cockpit. Can you fly a plane? Nah, I can't fly a plane. That's what we do with Solanke. The thing you're supposed to do, he doesn't do.
And Richarlison can fly the plane, but can't land it.
Richarlison lands on his face every game in the mud. Every game.
Getting Solanke in there is the football equivalent of DEI, for God's sake, in the aspect of, right, you've got to have a couple of crap players in every team.
so we've signed Solanke for
DEI initiatives.
It is though, isn't it? Come on, you've got to have one shit player in that first 11. Come on, you got to do it. It's the rules, and we'll also pay you £1 million for doing it. Okay, thank you. And now look where we
Tottenham's
are.
only allowed to exist in Haringey if it meets the DEI starting limit quota.
You
So
know
we had
what I
to
mean?
spend 65. Jesus Christ, man. But sorry, Benji. You know what? When I hear the names Richie, Solanke, and Ben Davies, I just lose my mind, man. I just can't support this club the way I want to when those three are here. I just can't do it, man. It just upsets me.
No,
I get
still,
so
I'm
dis-
with
I
you
don't think
wholeheartedly,
it's
mate.
fair.
I am.
I don't think it's fair lumping Ben Davies in with those two, right? Because
No,
Ben
he's shit
Davies
as well, Maz. He's shit.
Don't go
but
there,
it's not
Maz.
as shit.
Don't do it.
I can't do this. I'm about to
Don't
lose
do
the
it,
show.
Maz.
I'm about to lose the audience here. I'm about to fucking go.
Calm down still. Don't do it again.
Okay, Warsaw.
Breathe in through your nose,
Wusa.
out through your mouth. There you go.
Why has no one in the club just said, right, get them out? Get them out. We've wasted ridiculous amounts of money on them. Get them out. We've somehow managed to give them another chance. You know they're going to get another chance this season, people. You know they are. We all know they are. Even if Mamouche and Savino come in, you know Solanke's going to get games. You know Mamouche will be injured and Richie will have to play. We know what's coming. Danlist, bring some calmness to the show because I am blowing a gasket here. I'm about to.
Well, evening, everyone. Can everyone hear me? Okay.
Evening, mate.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, am I clear? Yeah. Big up,
Yeah,
chat.
You're
Big up,
comfortable
everyone.
tonight, Dan.
Yeah.
Yeah, I might be moving around a bit, so I might be here. I might be in the garage soon. We'll see. Yeah. Look, guys. Honestly, I know I've joined the show quite long in, so yeah. Call a spade a spade. That Saturday performance was just fucking shit, wasn't it? So, yeah, I guess you've all talked about it. The striker issue. We haven't signed Mamouche yet, or is it been confirmed, or is it? I don't know. Can't keep up with it. Is Mamouche here now, or not?
Not quite.
No,
Not quite.
yet.
What about Savino? Is he held up the shirt
He's
yet?
just
Yeah.
but he's just passed his well, not that I know
Physical.
of, but he's just passed his medical as far as I know. I don't know if he's actually gone to that next bit.
It's a complete verbal agreement for both players, by the way. I'm personally expecting a double announcement tomorrow.
Right,
He done his medical today.
Let's say it as it is. We only know what the journalists have told us. Nothing has come out of the club. That's basically where we're at.
Yes.
We're in the hands of the journalists. The club have told us nothing. So there you go.
But they
do
are
you know-
very specific journalists, though, to be fair. They are the journalists to listen to.
Well, Man City today released an image of Mamouche training with Man City on the same day a journalist said Mamouche is at Spurs doing medical. So this is what I mean. Yeah.
Do you know what's mad, guys? People already reckon they're not going to make it anyway. They ain't even played yet. They're saying they're going to be a failure. It's mad, isn't it?
That's ridiculous.
But that's when you get people complaining that we're buying Man City rejects or whatever they want to state it as. So does that mean any player you get from any team is their reject or whatever, for God's sake?
Yeah, but these are the same people that forget to breathe, Dan.
Yeah, but they cannot be worse than what we've got. It is impossible to sign worse than what we've got unless we bring back Vincent Janssen and Danjuma. There's no way it can get worse unless we bring back, Nkudu and Dudu and all that lot.
Yeah, I can't see. I mean, I haven't complained about either of them. I'm just sceptical of Savino that I need to see things to believe it because I want goals. I know he's a capable player. I know he's good on his feet. I'll twinkle toes there. But then I've seen other players be very good on their feet and don't deliver in the final third. And he hasn't really done much for me to justify being one of the goal scorers that we desperately need to spread it out over the front because we haven't got an out-and-out goal scorer. I mean, realistically, do you think Marmouche should get more than 15 to 18 in a season? That's no insult to him. Like 15 goals is good for a striker. Excellent these days almost because strikers just don't exist. But do you think Marmouche should get more than 15 to 18?
Without doubt.
How many do you reckon he'll get?
Doubt.
How many do you reckon he'll get?
I reckon he'll easily cover 15 goals easily, especially if.
How many do you reckon he'll get, though? Not what he will
next
cover. Not what he will cover. How many do you reckon he will score? Don't have to be right. Just your opinion.
No, I know. I couldn't give you an exact number, but I am positive.
Give me a random number of what you think. Okay, so let's say what? 18?
567 goals.
Okay, so where's the other 244 going to come from?
Guys, can I be brutally honest with you here? If we sign Mamouche, I'll be very, very happy because he's far better than what we've got and he's a good player. But he doesn't solve our problems. He's not a number 9. He doesn't solve our number 9 problems. We need to sign a number 9. Mamouche can do it hybrid, but he's not a 9. We needed that Krupi guy. We needed to sign bloody Krupi. And he's not even a number 9, but
yeah, you're going to have to explain that thought process there still. That makes no sense.
But the point
I know,
is,
as I was saying it, I
gotta take off, but I'll leave you guys this question. Some of you know I put it on the WhatsApp chat. I think we need a number 10 with this whole Madison now going out.
Yeah, we do.
Because as of now, we don't have a 10. Xavi, I don't know when he's coming back. I hear January, I hear February, I hear March. So we could cancel him out. Kulu, I don't know if he's still in the club. And it's Gallagher. And for me, it seems like Fernandez has never played in the 10, so he's an 8. So I'm thinking before this window closes, we need a 10. So I'm gonna leave it out there for you guys to discuss. But signing off.
Take care.
Take care, man.
Big up, Mari.
Still, can I come back to Marmouche very quickly before we discuss?
Yeah, because
You know, before Man City got him, you say he's not a number 9, but before Manchester City got him, he played 17 games, scored 21 goals, and assisted 9 from striker at Eintracht. I'm sorry, but we talk about a De Zerbi system and how you want these what's the word? Not fluid.
Yeah, but Solanke scored 19 goals at Bournemouth, so he must be a striker as well.
Once.
Well, Solanke is a striker. I don't know if anyone's told you.
He's not good enough, though. He's not good enough.
Mamouche played with TK, didn't he?
But I'm sorry, there's a big difference between Marmouche and Solanke. Come on now.
I agree.
Guys, I said I'll be happy. He's a very good player. I'm not against Mamouche. I want him. I want him over Savinho. If you said Savinho Mamouche, I'm taking Mamouche. That's how strongly I feel about him as a player. But I'm saying he's not a number 9. Right? Let me explain this better because I'm probably making a dog's dinner of this. When I say number 9, I'm talking about Klinsmann, Kane, Berbatov, Defoe, a proper striker. We haven't had one at the club since Kane left, a proper striker. We need to get one proper striker at this club. And I don't think Mamouche is an out-and-out striker. He's a very good player. He'll definitely get goals. He definitely makes us better. Mate, he's not that striker, though. He's not. But is he really good? Yeah, he is. He's not a number 9 the way we're used to at Tottenham. Maybe I'm being greedy.
What would you say he is then still? What would you say he is?
I think he's a hybrid wide attacker 9 in between those two. But I also think he can drop into the 10 and come down the middle. I think he's just he's really good attacking
Son
player.
In a weird way. He's a bit like Son, isn't he?
So more of an inside forward sort of thing.
He's the perfect De Zerbi striker.
I think he's a really, really good attacker, but he's not an out-and-out 9. I think Spurs are crying out for an out-and-out 9.
Look, we'll see. We'll see. I think we'll see. But I agree with you. I do agree with you, Stel. Look, for this, to fix the problems we've currently got, not only do we need to sign, let's say, a Gakpo or a Mateta. Maybe Mateta's a better option, to be honest, for that attacking role, to be the focal point. But we do need the 10. For sure, because it's Maddison. I don't think he's going to give us anything this season. Kulu, I think his career's finished. I think we're just prolonging the inevitable, and I feel sorry for Kulu. I'm not going to dig him out. It's a very unfortunate thing that's happened to him, but I'll be very surprised if we ever see him again play for us. Obviously, we've got Kudus coming back, and he can play in that 10. But you need more than just, Kudus coming back. It's hard to say Kudus is going to resolve that problem because he's another player that's just been injured and not come back. I mean, what the hell is going on? We went from having a muscle strain to being out for 6 months. It's nuts. So we need to spend some serious big money and quickly because
we need goals.
We need goals, and I don't, like I said, with Maddison being out, we ain't going to get. Well, who else is going to score? Tell ain't going to score you goals. Solanke's not going to score you goals.
Kudus don't get double figures.
No, Kudus is not going to get double figures.
Savinho don't do it.
Mamouche might get us double figures. Savinho again.
But do we know that, guys, with the quality of players we're bringing in and the
I'm not denying the quality. I'm not denying, but Benji, you've got to look at the facts, and the facts don't support
the hope.
The hope, yeah. Well said, Dan.
You know Mamouche, guys, he is a number 9.
He
is a number 9.
Is it?
Yeah, but
I'm not sure.
Games is number 9.
I don't think Marmouche is a number 9. Sorry,
he's
not a
played
number
most
9.
of his games as number 9.
He's not. He's an inside forward, right? He plays on the wing and he's an inside forward a lot of the time, right? He's not an out-and-out clinical striker. That's why I class him not as a number 9, because he's never been clinical in his career. He's
62
always
goals in 164 games.
Yeah, that's not clinical. You're talking Harry Kane figures, right? That's clinical, right? That's clinical. Osherman, that's clinical, right? That's not enough. As a number 9, we need the top number 9. Now, can we track that top number 9? That's questionable, because we know Enoch are not the people to do it, right? They just haven't got the kudos to bring in that number 9. It's not because we're not a big club. It's not because we can't. It's Enoch. They're the stumbling block. In my eyes, we've never gone. Have you ever seen us sign, since we lost Kane, have we signed the proper number 9 who's clinical? No, we haven't, right? And Marmouche, I love him as a player, but I don't see him as a clinical number 9. And we actually need a proper number 9 who can put the ball in the back of the net regularly to get up with
Can we clarify something?
But Ellie, would you say
Guys.
the same for Tonali or Marmouche?
Benji,
Not being able to attract players like that.
Benji.
No, Tonali's a different player. We're not buying him to score goals. We want him to score goals, but that's not his main aim. His main aim is to keep the ball ticking over and to get us driving forward and like to link play very well, right?
Fair
A number
points.
10, because I played the number 10, I know what I'm talking about here, right? A number 10 is there to create and to score, right? The better number 10s score more goals. The better number 10 assists more to goals. We haven't had that because Maddison, however good he is, he's not consistent when he's available. Yeah, like Dan said, best ability is availability. Like Maz said, he's never available, right? He's like paper. So we need a number 10 as well as a number 9. And we're identifying the wrong sort of players, in my eyes, right? We 100% need those two to be ticking over and competing at the elite level that we want to be. But this Enoch, they don't do it. They just don't do it. They've left us short, not just in that respect, but they've bought very badly. We've spent money, but we spent it very, very badly. And in the past, when we had Poch, we let him down as well. Everybody knows 500 odd days we didn't buy a player, right? Now, that's harping on the past. Now, we're looking forward to the future. We're doing the same mistakes. We are. We're making the same mistakes, and it's because Enoch are still here making those same mistakes.
We've basically
Benji,
bought a whole new
I
team
mean,
there,
if
Ellie.
those
You can't say
mistakes
they're
are
making the
Marmouche.
same mistakes.
They are making mistakes, Dan.
Yes,
They
That's
are.
what I said.
Where's
not,
our number
but
9?
there is change.
Where's our
Okay.
number 10?
Ellie, we've got 2 new defenders, a left back, 2 new midfielders,
Not good enough.
striker, and fucking hell, wow.
Not
This,
good
yeah,
enough.
but hold on.
Hold
If
on,
you
you've got
want to be
say
the
there is
best,
some
you've got to
quality
think
there.
like the best.
Guys,
You've got
this
to
goes
think
back
like
to
the
what
best
Maz
and
said.
do what the best do.
This goes back to what Maz said. We've done it back to front. We should have fixed the attack first. But Benji, can I just ask you one
Yes.
thing? You said Mamouche. How many goals did Mamouche get, you said, in that season?
I read he played 17 goals. Fucking hell. Sorry. He played 17 games, scored 21 and assisted 9. That's what I read.
Right. Okay. Right. Let me just throw something at you.
Yeah.
In 2016, 2017, a guy played in the 9 in Germany and scored 21 league goals. That same player in 2019, 2020 scored 28 goals. Do you know who that was?
No.
Timo Werner.
Did you know what?
Fair
You
enough.
took
There you
before
go.
I said
That
it. I
answers
did
the
say it.
question.
Oh, what are we doing here still?
Remember,
Don't take
Ben,
that
we need to
fucking
bring
I'm
money
just-
off.
I'm
just-
What are we
No,
doing
no,
A
here?
Champions
gonna-
League winner, by the way, Timo
Right.
Werner. A
I'm gonna
Champions
put it
League
out
winner
there.
with Chelsea.
I'm going to put it out there. I'd rather have Werner than Tell. Just putting it
Yes, and I would. I'm totally agree. But they're both not the ones that we need. Yeah,
Oh
What-
dear.
what
we
I'm
don't
saying
need them
is-
both.
What
I
I'm
think
saying
we've
is,
done
right,
it.
guys, what I'm saying is, if you said to me Harry Kane scored 30 goals in Germany, then the following season he scored 28, for example, I could then say, do you know what? But when he was in the Premier League, he also scored this many, and when he was in the
Yeah.
Champions League, he also
Well
scored
said,
this many,
Fred.
and when he
Well
played for
said,
England,
Sel.
he scored. It's that consistency. This is why I'm
Yeah.
not convinced Mamouche is an out-and-out 9. I'm not dismissing him. I want Mamouche. Let me say it again. I want
Yeah.
Mamouche at Tottenham.
He's a very good player.
He's a very good player.
Yeah, very
but
good
he's,
player.
But he's not, in my opinion, that out-and-out 9 that we need.
Where
He's someone that complements the 9.
He's a
Where
bit
do you-
like Sonny.
But does-
Yeah,
does it
he's a
help?
bit like Sonny. He's not an out-and-out 9, but he can score goals and assist goals.
Hello,
He's,
Michael.
he's like Sonny, and he's got a similar record to Sonny as well in terms of goal scoring and assisting. He maybe not as good as Sonny overall. When you look at Sonny's career compared to Marmouche's, I think Sonny tops him, but he's up there, and he's what we need because he can get goals.
See,
But we need an
Berbatov-
out-and-out striker as well.
Why are we making
Berbatov-
problems where there is none?
Berbatov
Guys,
was
I-
a 9 in Germany. He was a 9 at Spurs.
Yeah.
He was a 9 at Man United. He was a 9
Yeah.
for Bulgaria, and he did it at every single club. Berbatov
Yeah.
was an out-and-out 9. He was a proper number 9, and he was class.
A brilliant number 9.
We need
Okay,
one
guys,
player
guys,
like that.
can I,
Nine.
because I don't have much time. I just pretty much came to make one point,
Yeah, go
right?
for it, Michael. Go for
Because
it.
I hear this talk about the number 9 and we need a clinical striker, right? Please tell me who. Give me a name. Because
Osimhen.
other than Kane, Osimhen, Haaland, and Mbappe, nobody gets elite numbers. Nobody, literally
Osimhen,
nobody.
Guirassy.
Yeah. Girassi.
Leaders,
Bitch,
Pavlidis.
please, you just made a point
Pavlidis.
about Werner. Same thing I can say about Girassi, right?
Yeah, but Benji made the same point about Mamouche, though. So why don't you?
Yeah,
go
but
for him on
I'm
that?
making a point. If Marmouche is not good enough with those numbers, then who is, right? Because you
Even
can make
Darwin Nunes gets good numbers, even though
Where?
he gets slated.
Where? In
He gets
Saudi
slated.
I want
Arabia.
Mamouche.
In Saudi
Michael,
Arabia.
I want Mamouche. Michael, I want Mamouche.
No, before
I'm not saying I
he
don't
went
want
to
him. I want
Saudi
him.
Arabia.
Yeah, I
think
know, but
But it sounds
still,
like you're making excuses to shit
Yeah.
on him a little bit.
still, but I'm making a point.
No,
that,
I'm not
wait,
doing
wait,
what
wait,
other
wait,
fans
still,
do
still,
and just
still.
say something because it sounds great and yay. I'm being contrarian and saying I don't believe. Just listen. I spent a whole year telling everyone Gallagher's not a 10 in the De Zerbi team. No one listened to me. Nobody. Now people are thinking, hold on a minute.
He's
Is Gallagher
not a 10.
actually? I'm
No
telling
way.
you now, Mamouche isn't that out and out number 9. I'm telling
Yeah,
you.
but I'm making a point. Listen to me. I'm making a point, right? That I agree with you that we need a 9, but tell me who, because there is fucking no one
I agree. That is
other
I said
than
as well.
Osimhen, Kane, Haaland, and Mbappe. Nobody gets elite numbers.
Michael,
as number 9.
right, I'll answer
right?
your question. I'll answer your question. Right?
Yeah.
You're absolutely right. Go name a player, Stelios. I'm struggling.
No,
I never knew.
I'm not aiming this at you, Stelios. I'm aiming this at like
I'm answering.
this.
I'm going to
this
tell
whole
you.
like think about. Oh, we need.
I'm
a
going to
striker,
tell
we need a
you.
striker. Yeah.
I'm going to tell
Go
you.
for it.
Right?
Go for it.
We've got people at this club earning £2 million a year. 2 million. Their job is to find those players because they found Berbatov. They found Berbatov, right? Their job is to find those players. So it's not for me to tell you, go get him, because I'll probably name a player. He'll come to Spurs and end up being shit. And I'll be, Stell's in the mud, egg on his face.
The point I'm making, right? The point I'm making, there is no striker currently available that you can slap £100 million on and get guaranteed goals. That's my point.
Go and scout someone.
So you have to scout someone. You have to scout someone and find a gem. No, who? Ellie, who?
There's a few. Osherman's available.
In Turkey.
We could get him.
I can make... Ellie, I can make the same point about Osimhen like I do about every single striker that didn't play in the Premier League. Osimhen is playing in Turkey for the past 3 years. He might as well be a fucking, Mateta, just a worse version, right?
No, he's better than Mateta.
I don't think he necessarily is. Like, he's playing in Turkey.
Michael, I like Pescavini's the Benfica striker personally. I like him.
Yeah, I like him. I like him too. Like, the point I'm making, right, is there are strikers in Europe that you can buy, but there is no striker in Europe that we can buy that is guaranteed 25 goals. That's the point I'm making, right? Well, there is no one we can buy because Kane won't come, Haaland won't come, Mbappe won't come, and the fourth guy I mentioned, I forgot.
But when no one was looking at Alvarez except for Man City, that's what good scouts do. They find that player. So it's down
they slapped 80 million on him to get him out of Argentina, right?
No, Man City played Man City bought like
Fernandes. I mean,
50 million, wasn't it?
Oh,
Man City bought Alvarez for like 15, 20 million. What are we talking about?
Why is this a conversation? We've got everything we need in Marmouche.
Yeah,
what do you need to be a good striker, right?
I agree.
Movement, check. Goals, check. And the guy is a pressing monster.
I don't think he's a number 9. I don't think he's that 9.
By the way, he's going to do better than what we've got. He's better than what we've got.
But we can't settle for that, Dan.
Guys,
we shouldn't be settling for better than what we've got.
No one says we got to settle, but with what we've got there, it's significantly better than what we got. It's more the question of where are the other goals going to come from when you have to question Savinho because he hasn't done it. At least Marmouche has. Where are the other goals going to come from? Kudus ain't going to get double figures or hardly ever does. Our number 10, we just don't even have one that can do anything at the moment. And again, out on the left, Tell ain't going to fucking do it. Savinho ain't done it. So the question are, where do the other goals from? Fernandes don't do it. Tonali don't do it.
So what you do?
We need more than one person to score goals.
Savinho,
you have to take a risk in my
3
opinion,
or 4 players that can get you 10 to 15 goals a season, and you spread the
Exactly.
goals out.
Like Adrian says, you need 88 goals to compete. 88 goals, we're nowhere
that's
near
not
it.
beyond the realms of possibility. If I don't think we're getting Gakpo, but let's say we get Gakpo, he's good enough to get 10 to 15 goals a season.
He's proven he can, man.
Same thing
Yeah,
with
right? Marmouche will get us 10 to
Marmouche,
15 goals, right? You get another number 10 or another forward that can get you 10 to 15 goals, and you're sort of halfway there.
Cooking.
But as I said, then I'll leave on this because I need
You
to
cooked
jump
half
off.
the macaroni
Right?
funny.
Yeah, right. What I feel for this window, I think it's a brilliant window, by the way. I do think it's a brilliant window because when you look at all the papers on paper, I like them all. But we've done the window back to front, and this is why we're in this situation.
Yeah, that I can agree with.
And just doing the window back to front has massive consequences, which is what we've seen in the first game. You know, people might say, "Oh, it's one game, you dropped 3 points." Well, judging by how things are going, it doesn't look like we're going to get another 3 points for a while, unless we.
I mean, it was one game, so.
Well, do you reckon we're going to beat Newcastle?
But aren't you supposed to build a team from the back? Is that not the best way to do it?
That's what I would say.
Yeah, but
not
the thing is, not with the front line.
Not when you've got turd like we've got in the.
I get that, but if we'd have focused on the front, purely focused on the front, we'd still be looking now. We'd have still been fighting till now to find something.
Yeah, but we'd
have lost out on Senesi. Van Heck. We'd
But
have
we
lost
had
out
Romero
on Robertson.
and
We would have signed Krupi before he got injured.
We'd
We
have lost out
delayed,
on
we delayed and
Tonali.
lost.
We'd have lost out on
If more than
Fernandez.
so, right?
Yeah, but we're making out
You
like
know?
Krupi's just fucking godsend. What are we
We
doing?
don't know
also,
that.
like,
We
Oh
don't
yeah,
know
because
we'd have lost
Richarlison
out,
was
right?
fantastic on the weekend.
No,
What
that's-
a show
but-
that was.
We don't know. We would
But
have
Krupi is
lost
not
out.
a
in
I'd
disease,
take
England
though.
Marmouche
had
over
we done
Krupi
things
all day long.
Agreed with Benji, by the way.
It's not even
Why
a
not
fucking
get both?
debate. I'm sorry.
Why not
Anyway,
get both?
I'm jumping
Get
on.
Yeah,
both.
Krupi is a
Much.
very,
Yeah,
very
much. Yeah,
talented young lad. Honestly, if you watch the video where he's doing these tech, he is
I mean,
so
Ellie,
talented.
I've watched Mikey Moore's compilations where he looks like
No,
fucking
but he's not.
Messi
He's not.
reincarnated, right?
He
It's
can't
like,
do what Krupi does. No way.
I don't know,
No
like
way.
Can I-
this.
If you
can I
watch
bring-
that
I think-
video where he does his tech, he's absolutely stunning.
Ellie, I think if he slapped £100 million for Krupi and he came in and didn't score in the first 3 games, everyone would be losing their fucking mind that we got rinsed for a
It depends
19-year-old
what you mean
again.
by everyone.
He's not a
They
number
look-
9.
Everyone, I
Bingo,
mean,
Mikey. Bingo.
I mean, fan base in
Mikey,
general.
they
right?
lost their minds on the weekend after the Brentford.
Yeah, dude, for me, it's mad that people are losing
what's the
their minds
difference?
as much as they did after Brentford. Like, fuck me, we came 17th last year. Like, people, Jesus Christ, it's not like we are going to magically flip
the
a switch.
performance.
Yeah,
Michael,
but
it's
Mike,
the
there is
performance.
certain
that wasn't our first team. who lost.
Guys, I'm talking about not the game in isolation. I'm talking in general. I'm hearing much shit from like different people, right? About De Zerbi is a fucking failure. Oh, this window is this.
No,
Oh,
it's
these players are
rubbish.
all fucking shit. Senesi is
I've
donkey.
told you, stop going
Like-
on Reddit. Delete Reddit.
It's not only Reddit, it's YouTube, it's Facebook, it's Twitter, it's everything.
Come off Reddit.
Yeah.
No, Reddit is actually
Just
quite
come
chill
to
about this.
Tottenham
but-
Away Ole Ole, you get the truth.
Reddit is actually quite chill about this. I mean, relatively, not the daily, not the match thread. That's a fucking cesspit, right? That's why I don't go there. But anyways, like the point I'm making is, I think this is a brilliant window if we get Marmouche and Savinho, because they aren't like confirmed
Yeah,
yet,
it's
right?
a brilliant window. For you
I think it's a brilliant window, and honestly, I know this
It's
will
gonna
sound
take
mad,
time,
but
innit?
I'm not sure if we can ask for more. Like, fuck me, if we sign Savinho and Marmouche, it will be like £450 million spent. Like, I know there is net spent, and we sold like 200
Is it
million
spent
or whatever,
wisely
right?
though?
But
Is it spent wisely?
I
That's
think
the
it is.
question.
I other than me personally, other than Robertson and Dubravka, I don't have issues with other signings. I think the centre backs are wicked. I know not necessarily after
I think
the performance
Robertson
of
was
the
a good
weekend.
signing, especially
Yeah,
for free.
I mean, but
Yeah.
you can discuss if it was a good signing or not. But I think the other ones I am super happy with. Like,
Shall we
both
discuss
midfielders
it then?
looked good.
I'm more skeptical over Savinho than Robertson. Reason
Oh, yeah,
being,
Dan,
is one
you know
cost
my opinion.
85 million.
Yeah,
One
Dan, you know my
cost
opinion.
0.
I'm not in for Savinho.
I just don't know
I
if
don't
he can
think that's a
score
good
the
signing.
goals. I
Dan?
think
Oh,
we've had
right,
a
let's do
quality
this. Come on
window.
then.
Right,
Why
Dan,
don't you
right,
like
I
Savinho?
think
The one
for me, Savinho, right, I watched him at Man City a lot, right, because I like the way he moves, right, and when he was at White Hart Lane and he played against us in the Cup, he took him off when he was really playing very, very well, right, he was roasting us. Mind you, he only had Davies to beat, so it wasn't
Yeah.
that hard, right, but having said that, I like the player, but he has to prove himself. You're right in that respect. He
he
hasn't
has to score
proved it.
goals.
He hasn't proved it, right? But he's proved it in, is it Girona he was at? Yeah? He proved it there, but that's a different league. It's not a
Where
farmers
there's-
league, what people say. No, it's not.
No.
Right?
What's
It's
the
not-
difference?
Can I
By
What do you
far
call a
from a
farmers league,
farmers
Ellie?
league.
Can I
Describe to me a farmers league.
Not
I
the third
never, I
best league
hate
on
that
the planet.
term.
that's
I
for
don't
sure.
like the farmers league. I say they're a lesser league than the Premiership.
Basically,
But I don't see
basically
the Spanish league as a, I don't see it as a lesser league.
The Spanish league is competitive with 3 teams or even 2 teams, really, yeah? And that's that. The rest of it, does it even get in the Premier League like top 10?
Yeah, but when
That
you
is
look
the
at the
question
Premier
with it.
League, it's only 3 teams who compete every season, so it's the same. Yeah,
Yeah, but there's a slight difference
what
there.
4th team competes? What 5th team competes? They're way behind. Look at Arsenal.
Put it
They-
this way,
Spain-
West Ham go
Dan,
and
I think
beat
Spain's
Arsenal.
the most successful nation in the last 20 years.
They're fantastic. The Spanish players are fantastic.
But their league, there is no competition in their league.
It's the third best professional football on the planet.
I'm
it's
not
the same in the Premiership.
I'm not
exactly the same. There's 3 teams who compete
in Spain,
for the
not
league
anybody.
every single
Put it this way,
season.
Ellie. Yeah, put it this way. So, West Ham, for example, last season go and beat Arsenal 3-0. What do people do? Oh shit, fuck, raise an eyebrow. It's the Premier League. Go to a league like Germany. Go to a league like Spain, and the bottom team goes and beats Real Madrid. The whole world goes up into how the fuck did that happen? What the hell?
Yeah,
oh my
I
god!
Agree with.
There you go, Ellie. Farmers League.
No.
I don't like that term,
guys.
I hate that term.
Sorry. Can I just move the chat back on track, right? Because we were talking about players, right? We spoke about Gray, Bergvall, Van Heck, Solanke, Ritchie. I want to talk about this guy, right? Another one that had a poor game. There's so many to go through.
It's got nice hair though. It's got very nice hair.
Yeah,
well, do you know what?
He's got a lovely smile, isn't he?
Yeah, he's cute.
As long as he's cute with nice hair, let's keep him here for another 10 years. I want to ask you guys.
It's a pattern.
What is Gallagher's best position in a De Zerbi possession-based team? And who are we dropping?
The bench.
Who are we dropping? 1 minute. Who are we dropping?
1 minute. 1 minute
to play. So who's he gonna? Whose position is he taking, and what position? Right, Dan, you go first, and then or whoever wants to jump in.
Oh, I go first, being the lady?
All right, because you like his hair.
Can
Ellie,
I pull rank?
I'll pull rank
because I'm the lady. Right. So I personally think he's not our best number 8. Right, so I think he should be on the bench, and he hasn't proved himself so far. And I know Danny will say, "Well, he hasn't been played in his rightful position." Right, I wasn't. Right,
that sounded completely like that.
I wasn't playing in my rightful position sometimes.
Hold on. Why did you change your voice when you said that?
Because it's Danny, isn't it? Right, mate.
She tried to image my voice. Nice try, Ellie.
Yeah, you didn't nail the accent, Ellie.
Right. Okay, I won't take the piss, Dan. I love you.
Try,
you know
take the piss as much as you want. You just need to do the accent a bit better.
But look, I'm a lady. I can't do a deep voice. Only
no, you just did it there.
A little bit, but I can't do quite you. Right, mate?
Oh, you just did it
Anyway, let's get back on track. Let's get on track.
When everyone talks about Gallagher, right, when it comes to your turn, you've got to do a Danny impression. Let's see who does the best one. Right? Go on.
Yeah. Baked potato. I'll see you later. Right. Anyway, right, let's get back on track, right? So I see Gallagher as a bench player because I don't think he's performed, and I don't think he actually deserves to get that number 8 spot as it presently is. That doesn't mean he won't prove himself later on and improve his performances when he gets his chance to come off the bench, because I personally think that he hasn't performed, right? So I've played out of position. I've played the number 8, and I've also played the number 6 when I needed to. I was a crap number 6, but I was a very, very good number 8, right? And I think he can adapt, because we saw it at Palace when he played. He sort of played an 8-10, didn't he, at Palace? Right? He was sort of hybrid. But there is a player there, but we haven't seen it yet.
Wasn't that a different system, though, Ellie? Wasn't he asked to do something different?
Yeah, he was. But we can't play him like that because we got better number 10s at the club, right? They're a bit fragile, our number 10s, because they're never available, right? Because you've got Xavi and Kudos who can play it, all injured, plus Madders is like paper, isn't he? So I just personally think he's a bench player, and I think Bentancur is a much, much better at number 8 and more effective than him. So Bentancur does deserve that number 8 place, in my opinion.
All right.
Do we get to actually do the Danny impression? Is that right?
Go on,
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, do the Danny impression.
See if you can get an accent.
She sells.
Come on, Ben. You've even lived up London. Come on, you should be able to do
Let me get the
you can do him. He's got a deep enough voice.
La me.
What have I started?
I was in the pub, right? I was looking for number 8, but I see Gallagher in it. done him over the head. Listen, Gallagher, right? No, listen, right? No, listen. It was in the pub, right? There was 6 of us. We see Gallagher in there. I didn't like it, did I? Did I? I said, look, mate, it's time for you to go, yeah? Don't like you here. So we all took him outside, did him in a canister. And then after that, we went, oh, it's Snarly. How you doing, mate? You all right?
You missed one word there, Ben. One word.
I've got
Go
a
on.
really bad
Wait,
stitch
wait,
because
wait.
I had
What's the
a
word?
fall.
What's the
But
word? What's the word?
You missed the word.
Go on. What did I miss?
Well, when I tell him I've
Context.
done him in the head,
Hey,
I've got to tell him
potato,
see
see
you
you
next.
later, mate.
I've got to tell him see you next Tuesday, you know.
Right, yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
didn't want to go that far. I didn't
I
want to go
like
that far.
when Dan
Danny.
does
Didn't
his
want to go
girl
that
analysis in the club. Go home with you in the club. She's a number 10, but in the bedroom, she's a number 2.
far.
Yeah, that's what drink does to you.
Enough.
That's called alcohol.
We'll do this.
When you wake up in the morning next to her, she's a number 2.
Yeah, that's alcohol.
Do you know what? With Gallagher, right? Look, I'm going to be
Oh
honest
yeah, back
with
to
you.
Gallagher. Yeah, what do you think?
Back
What do
to
you
Gallagher.
think of
Sorry, yeah,
Gallagher?
there we are. There we are. We've got it. I'm sorry. Dan's going to call me after this and go, you a fucking twat.
I think I'm getting the
That was a
phone
good
call as
effort.
well.
That was a good
Mate,
effort.
Dan will do it to your face on a live show. Don't worry about this
Exactly.
afterwards.
That was a good effort, mate.
So look, right, with Gallagher,
Oh
as
my
far as
God.
I'm concerned, look, the geezer's done nothing since he's been at Spurs. I think the very notion of him being at number 10 is just embarrassing. I'm sure off the ball, you can give him instruction to press, and that'll work nicely. But it's in possession that Gallagher really shows his colours in a number 10. He is no good. And for me, his best position has got to be deeper next to Tonali. And again, I did say this before the game. And not that I wanted Bergvall up at number 10, but I'd rather strengthen 2 positions rather than, weakening 3. Because if you think about it, right, if you've got Gallagher at number 10 and Bergvall, back at the 8, it's not going to work out for you because you're taking away from Gallagher's best attributes. Not that I rate the guy, but dropping him back and out at number 8 for me was always going to have to be the way forward. But as far as I'm concerned, you won't see Gallagher in that team when Fernandes is fully fit. It will be a double pivot, Tonali and Fernandes. You won't see him. He will come on as a backup. That's it. So, yeah. I'm not a massive fan of Gallagher.
Mm-hmm. Dan List, you ain't spoken in a while. Sitting there all relaxed, comfortable, ready to unleash.
Unleash the Danny.
Unleash the Danny, then unleash the Dan List.
I can't do that, man.
Just do it, Dan. Come
Come
on, don't be a
Dan.
fucking wet
I'm
wipe.
too
Get
tired,
your
man.
Danny.
Do
Get
it.
it in.
Give it the old
fucking
neck.
effort
Look, you'll
in.
get into it by doing the neck a bit.
Listen,
You know what I
man,
mean?
I'm
Give it the old
fucking
pinky.
knackered, man. I'm fucking knackered. I've been chasing 3 kids around all day.
Just
It's hard enough
say,
I've had
talking
the
about
bad fall and
fucking
I've still
Gallagher.
done it.
just
hard enough
say
talking
20
about
years
Gallagher.
ago that you were. Just say 20 years ago you were a doorman. That's it. Carry on.
20 years ago, I was a fucking doorman.
Oh, there you go, Dan.
There we go. Well done.
Well done, mate.
Deepen the voice a bit and you get there. Close.
Yeah.
All right, mate.
Right. What are we talking about? Gallagher.
Gallagher. Yeah.
Conor Gallagher. What position do you think he should play? And if he starts, who are you starting him over?
Oh dear, Gallagher. So Gallagher is, for me, he's a box-to-box number 8, but he needs to play in a 3. All right, he needs to play in a midfield 3 off the left, off the right. Yeah, pressing, running. But other than that, I just don't see how he fits in at Spurs. Honestly, if we're playing a 2-3-1, he's not starting. We don't play a 3 in the middle unless you thought the weekend he went to a 3. Could have said that. We might have gone to a 4-3-3 at the weekend, the second half. I just don't see how Gallagher fits in this team. He's not a number 10, 100% not. I don't want to ever see him in a number 10 again. If he plays, it's got to just be for cover when we need to sub a player, just a runner, someone with energy. Or if we're going to play a 4-3-3, then fair enough. But for me, I just don't really know what he offers this side other than kind of just having an established, professional, experienced player to come in and cover here and there. He's not exciting. He's got a lot of running on him. But the game passed him by, didn't it, at the weekend? Absolutely passed him by. I didn't even know he was playing. So look, good squad player to cover positions here and there, but he's not what I want to start with. And if we're looking at who's going to be our starting 11, he's not starting for me.
What do you think is his best position, in your opinion, Dan?
His best position is a box to box, but it's got to be in a 3. I don't think he's got enough to do in a 2. Don't think he's got enough about him. He hasn't got enough technical ability. So you're going to be caught out.
I see where you're coming from there. I mean, I think he's a pressing box to box. For me, there's 2 types of a box to box. There's a deep line box to box and a pressing box to box. And Basuma was a pressing box to box, but because we played in deep line box to box, is why he done so shit, because he's got no defensive mentality on him whatsoever. If we would have played him more as a, I don't know, he didn't have the mentality for it either, did he? I mean, he got geared up in his car how many times and got pictures taken of him, so he didn't have the mentality either. But the point is, they didn't play him to his advantages. I think Gallagher, you'll get the most out of him as a number 8, come off the halfway line a bit and press up to the number 10 role and help up there. I think he's good to have as a squad player, and I think he can do more than cover games. I think he's a good player. If you're going to play with a DM, then I think he's a very good player to have in front. Say we put Snarley as a DM and use him as a deep line playmaker, anchor man at the same time, ball winner. And then you've got Fernandez and Gallagher in front of him, or if you put Fernandez as the DM6 role, I think that's a good 3 there. Like you said, put him in a 3 basically in a triangle.
That was a fantastic impression.
I just don't think he's as good as Bentancur. Dan, I just don't think he's as good as Bentancur technically.
Different player.
No, he's not.
Different player.
Yeah, but Bentancur is a deep line player, but he has played forward when we had Højbjerg. Højbjerg stayed back and Bentancur went forward. And sometimes Bentancur would cover Højbjerg when Højbjerg went forward. But Bentancur is very good at ticking the ball over. He's not an exciting player, but he ticks the ball over, doesn't he?
I think he's that player that you'd notice more if he played consistently, if he's not in the team, than when he is in the team, because he does all the dirty work, he does all the filthy work, does the running about. Majority of the time, play properly, gets his job done and everything, but doesn't get no praise or whatever because he ain't got the right name for it. He ain't the right type of player, basically. So he doesn't get the praise for it.
Are you talking about Bentancur or Gallagher?
No, Gallagher.
Oh,
Bentancur's got a lot more technique to his game than bloody Gallagher has.
I think praise is earned, right? Praise is earned. Like you say, respect is earned, right? I think praise is earned as well. And what I've seen of Gallagher at Spurs only, I think it's a 5 out of 10, personally.
Yeah,
but
I
know he's capable of more because I've seen him better. But can he do it on the big stage?
You cannot say he was poor at Chelsea. He was Chelsea captain and one of their best players.
He was actually that. I think he was better
in a 3.
Yeah,
in a 3.
I think he performed better. He was more exciting at Palace, but he was very effective at Chelsea. But he never got the praise at Chelsea because he's a dog's body, isn't he? He does all the dirty work that no other player does. Similar to Bentancur, but they are 2 different players as well. Yeah.
Ellie, tell me something. At Spurs, right, Gallagher and Sarr, same player.
Yes, just Gallagher's a lot. Just Gallagher's
I think Gallagher can move the ball a bit better than Sarr.
Sarr's a better goal scorer.
Yeah, there's attributes for every player, but they're both pretty average. If you tell me, I don't think Gallagher is a fantastic player. I think he's bang average.
I hope he comes good.
It's nothing special.
I've always believed if you're going to play possession-based football, players must be technically talented. First touch, second touch, left side, right side of the body, swivel both ways, good rotation, and they've got to be very accurate.
Bentancur could do that.
Bentancur can do that. Gallagher can't do that.
No.
So the only way, in my opinion, Gallagher fits in this team is one of the best possession-based teams I saw in the Premier League was Klopp's Liverpool. You know, Gengham press, rock and roll football. And they had one player that wasn't technically gifted, but my God, did he carry them at time? And that was Jordan Henderson.
If
Gallagher's going to be our Jordan Henderson, then I see a world where it works. But we've just spent 85 million on Fernandez, so I don't understand where you put Gallagher in the team unless you drop Fernandez or Bentancur. So I don't know where you put him in.
There's still
Fernandez has got more about his game and he's more technical. Yeah, he's proven it.
A week, you're going to be changing. There's going to have to be some rotation there. There's going to be injuries there somewhere, whatever. Gallagher is a good squad player, I personally think. Do I think he's a quality, technically gifted player? No. He's just that messy, dirty player. When I mean dirty, I don't mean as in like he's a dirty player as such. He's actually quite clean the way he plays. But he's just that scruffy player that just does the dirty work and gets no credit for it.
Mm.
And you need to have one of them in your team.
He gets credit for doing that because I like players who work hard. Like everybody knows I like Højbjerg, right? But I think Højbjerg was better than Gallagher. But I was slated for it. I was actually slated for it.
Where do you play Gallagher? Who gets dropped? This is my question. Who's
he's a squad player. He's a squad player.
And this is it. So therefore, he's not good enough to be in that starting 11.
And unless you're going to play 4-3-3, guys. Unless you play 4-3-3 and there's space for him. That's it.
I agree, Dan. But all right, still, I'll give you the option then. Still, I'll give you the option then. Tonali gets injured, has to miss, let's say, 3 games. Who the fuck do you stick there? Gallagher, Gray, or Sarr?
No,
Gallagher's completely different to Tonali. Completely different player. It changes the way we play. The whole way we play changes now, doesn't it?
But who would you rather have there?
Yeah, Gallagher. For me.
There you go.
Bentancur.
Oh no, Bentancur. If he didn't say Bentancur, did he?
No,
yeah, but I said out
if Tonali's injured, Sarr or Gallagher.
Yeah, but for me, I would have Tonali, Fernandes, Simmons, or Tonali, Fernandes, Kudus. That would be my 3. And if Tonali's injured, I'd put Bentancur in.
Yeah, because Bentancur technically is better.
But that wasn't the question I asked. I'm agreeing with you there. But if you've got to put one of them 3 there, who'd you put there?
Well, yeah, then it's Gallagher, but then I think it affects the way we play. See, I just think Gallagher's a really good workhorse. He's good at mopping up, clearing up, making a nuisance of himself. But I don't know if we're going to play a team where a player like that can take a space. I just don't know.
Yeah.
I have to.
Guys, can I ask something? Why wasn't he deeper at the weekend? Why wasn't Bergvall more forward?
Because
that's the question Dan asked, right?
I know.
And I find it confusing that we are trying to force this Gallagher number 10 thing. I actually think he's quite a good number 8. I think he's quite a good number 8. I just listen.
What, better than Fernandes?
No, it's not better for me.
No, but we don't have a fit number 10, so someone has to play number 10, right?
You said he's a good 8.
He can't play number 10.
I said he's a good 8. I didn't say he's better than Fernandes, right?
Michael, at Spurs right now, if you had the choice of Fernandes, Bentancur, and Gallagher to play in the 8, is Gallagher your second or third choice?
Third. Yeah,
that's the issue. That's the issue.
Isn't it good that we got these options though?
Yeah, it's good, right?
It is good to have that option. Yeah, of course it is.
Well, no, you're right. It is. It's a great option. But the point being is, when does he ever play then? If they're both fit, when does he play? Unless he goes in the 10, which is a disaster.
He plays off the bench.
The way I see it, right, is right now with Maddison, Xavi, and Kulusevski possibly alive. I don't know what's Kulusevski's status right now. With them 3,
are they alive?
With them 3 missing,
Kulu's a hologram.
Yeah, Kulu is a fucking enigma. Maybe we all imagined him that he played for us. Maybe he never existed.
Who is Kulu?
Yeah, who is Kulu? Right. But on a serious note, the way I see it, I think we should play, as the boys said, a flat 3. I don't think we should play a number 10 because none of the players that we have fits the number 10 role, right?
Yeah.
So like any of the available midfielders, if you force them to play number 10, they are going to be average, right? So I think we should play. The way I would play it is possibly Tonali, Fernandes, and Bentancur or Gallagher, right? I would play those 3 players and just allow them to kind of like bounce off of each other. I would say, like, form triangles and play as a flat 3 instead of just one of them being straight up trying to be a 10, because I don't think any of them can do it actually, right?
Yeah,
that's the way I see it. But
because Bentancur can play the 6, Fernandes can play the 8, And then Tonali's not really a 10, but he's probably technically better than the other two in terms of the way he can move the ball. And he's got a
Reads the
nice.
game.
He can score, and he can. You can read the game, and I think he would be the best bet as a number 10 rather than the other. Because remember, Fernandes is still young; he's only 21. He's still learning the number 8 role, really. But he's sort of a hybrid, isn't he? He can do the 6 and he can do the 8. He sort of fluctuates. Yeah, but I think he can get forward, and I've seen him score some worldies for West Ham. He scored a worldie in pre-season, didn't he? That fantastic goal he scored. So he has got it in him, but obviously we need to nurture him and get it out. That's Robert De Zerbi's.
Can I
So he
check?
can do. So you're saying he can do the 6 and the 8?
Yeah, I think he can. He's like a hybrid, isn't he? And you see from his graph map that he is like a hybrid because he moves from. He's not deep line playing, but he can do that. But he's more like, I would say he's more of an 8 than a 6 because when he gets forward, he's very effective. And he's
Saying
very
he can't do the 6
technical.
and the 9, eh?
Yeah, well, that would be perfect, wouldn't it?
Do you know what? Do you know what? Right?
Turn Gallagher into a right back. Make him a right back.
No, can I quickly ask something? Because like I'm seeing that we should buy a number 10, right? And I agree and I don't. Like I agree with the fact that we possibly might need a number 10 because our 3 number 10s that we have already might not play, right? But we already bought fucking a goalkeeper, 3 defenders, 2 midfielders, 2 forwards, and we are planning to buy a third one, right? Like, and we have 3 number 10s at the club. So, listen, I'm not happy that we are possibly forced to play a flat 3 in the midfield. But I don't think the answer to every problem in the squad is just buy another player.
Yeah, but the number 10, Michael, is a very niche position, right? Because a cam can change games, right? Because they can create and score.
Okay, Ellie, but we have 3 at the club, right?
Yeah, they're not,
If you
they're
count
not
Kulusevski.
The
available.
answer, Michael, the answer is don't hold
play
on
Cam.
to Gray, Bergvall, and Sarr. That's the answer. Holding on to them has allowed the excuses for us not to have a 10.
No,
Get rid of all 3, and then you wouldn't be asking that question. It wouldn't be a question.
Yeah.
Why? Like,
Because Madison's made of paper.
what's the correlation
Cooling's
between
made of
Gray?
paper.
Ellie, wait. What's the correlation between Gray, Bergvall, and the fact that we have 3 number 10s and we are asking to buy a 4th one? Like, what's the correlation here?
Because we're now playing players in positions that aren't good, and all those 3.
We have 3 number 10s, so if you buy a 4th one, then it's not Bergvall and Gray who you have to sell. Wait. Yeah, okay, I agree. So sell
Simmons
one of
isn't
the
going to
number
play
10s.
until next year.
Sell one of the number 10s first, right? Because right now we have 3 number 10s at the club.
Michael,
you
came
sell them,
late
Mike,
to the
when
show.
they're crippled.
All unavailable.
Madison was available to play before.
Michael, this is what we said before you came on the show. We said we would sell Madison.
I'm mostly reacting to Scott and Sava saying that we should buy a number 10 in the chat, right? Like
I think we should.
I think we should buy
I
number
agree,
10.
but we have 3 number 10s, right? And we already bought 8 players. So you have to sell one of the number 10s, right?
Or sell Archie Gray and Bergvall.
Like, how is it not true that we don't have 3 number 10s?
Sell Ben Davies as well. Sell Richie. Sell Solanke. Get rid of all of them.
Right. Still,
Get rid of all of
they're
them.
surplus to requirements.
Jesus Christ.
Do you know what? I can understand.
I agree.
Hold on. I
Guys,
can get
I
what
agree.
Michael's saying because
I
we have
agree, but
3 of them.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, but they're not available.
Problem
Only
down the line.
Mathers is available, and he's made of paper, so he's going to go down like a ton of bricks again. You touch him or you blow on him, he's dead.
He's still
he's not playing.
He is still part of the fucking squad, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Do
but
you guys
he's not
agree what I'm...
available,
Apparently,
Michael.
he took some kind of knock. It was reported. I don't listen. It was announced today.
Made of paper.
Okay, but guys, for fuck's sake, he's not
Tell
just
him.
a number. He's not just a number in an Excel sheet, right? So
He
if you
might as
buy
well
a number
be.
10, wait, guys,
I know what you mean.
I'm being serious.
Michael, I've got a
right?
question for you, Michael.
Yeah.
I've got a question for you, mate. Just finish, and I've got a question for you.
Yeah,
Michael,
go
finish
for
your
it then.
point, and then he's
Well,
got. Finish your point, then he's gonna ask
what's
you.
going to happen then, Michael?
Okay.
Because Madison's going to get injured. Kulu, God knows. Xavi's not coming back to next year. So where's the creativity coming from? Tell me.
No, listen, guys. I agree that we need a number 10, right? I'm just saying that we already have 3 of them in the squad. So if you buy another one, then you have to not register one of the 3.
Yeah,
right?
Xavi.
Yeah, possibly Xavi, but then you have to re-register him in January, and you run into an issue where we will have 4 players for the same position, and then you have to sell one of them, right?
Xavi actually plays on the left more than he does as a number 10. Or
Yes.
always did until he came to Spurs.
That's just making him wrong, right?
I don't even think we got Xavi to play the 10. I think we got him to take Son's place, and then Maddison got crippled again. That's what I think happened with him.
True.
I would rather, Michael, I would rather have 6 number 10s at the club than see Archie Gray, Bergvall, Solanke, and Richie still.
Oh no,
I'd
they
rather have
hurt
more
my
number
eyes.
10s.
Archie Gray and Bergvall aren't part of the conversation I'm talking about. Like,
No, they are, because I would rather have more number 10s, too many number 10s, and have those 2 play midfield.
and then 3 of them will tell you to fuck off because they are not going to sit on the bench and not be in the
Okay,
squad.
and Brentford told us to fuck off as well when we got
I
told.
know.
Okay,
3
but
times.
That's not,
3 times
Brentford
the
is not
charm.
part of the conversation here. Like, am I being stupid for thinking that if you have 33 players in the squad and you can register 25 of them, then buying another one right now is not a good choice?
I think they have
So
to.
you're
And what's
thinking more
Phil
long
saying
term
though?
than
We
right.
sell the 3 that we don't need.
Yeah, I think you're being stupid, yeah.
Okay, then,
Yeah.
like,
Sell actually sell
I don't know,
5. Not 3 still. Sell 5. You can sell you can
I
sell
don't like
Saar.
how do you imagine a world when we buy another number 10 and what happens to the 3 that we already
Quite
have?
easily, we go and stick 90 million on the table and offer
Sell 'em.
and offer
That's what I'd do.
I would
Okay,
sell.
so who is going to buy them? Who is going to buy them? The question
Mate,
that
we
you guys
rejected
asked.
50 million for
Loan 'em.
Bergvall. We
I'm
rejected
talking about Madison, Kulusevski, and Simmons, not Bergvall and Gray.
Kulu's done and
Kulu
dusted.
is finished. Kulu's finished. The guy's legs finished, right?
Take him out of it.
Madison is the one that splits fans' opinions. Some fans say good player, stick with him. Others say good player, but he never plays. He's always injured. So what's the point? So Madison splits fans' opinions.
I said at the start of this
Sell
window,
them then.
Madison should be looking at. But the problem is,
Michael,
with
I agree. I think we should sell Madison. I agree.
But who is
I
going
don't
to buy
think
them?
no one's
Who is
disagreeing
going to
with
buy
you,
them?
Mike.
Yeah, but only if we sign.
Coventry
if we
are
sign. I don't want to do what we did where we sold Spence and now we've got great right back. I only want to sell Madison if we've got a 10 that's going to come in.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, but selling Gray and Bergvall doesn't solve the issue that we have 3 number 10s at the squad.
But it helps us as a club because then they can't play on the pitch and
okay,
make
that
things
I
difficult.
agree
It
with.
helps
but
my eyes
no,
because I don't want to see him ever again.
I agree, but these 2 don't play number 10. We have 3 number 10s at the squad. If you buy another one, then you have to sell one of the other ones, right? Nobody's going to buy.
Right,
Nobody's
I'll
going
answer
to
it
buy.
for you then, Mike.
Yeah,
I'll answer it for you. Kulu, tell you what, we'll all chip in. He can have his fucking horse and coffin. He might as well, yeah? And we'll walk him up the streets in London, and then, bury his career for him. He's done. If he comes back, wow. And I do mean wow. He ain't coming back. I'd put money on it. Hopefully I'm wrong, but he's done and dusted. So just take him out of the picture. We might as well just cut his contract off. Done. Maddison, good for a squad player in the aspects of if you can get him fit and he plays a third of the games, but then a third he don't turn up. He's all right to have in the squad as such. We need a number 10 there now.
Yeah.
Look what Arsenal went and done. They got a major injury. What did they do? They said, fuck it, we want this league. They went and got Eze in there. We'll sort
but
that
they didn't
problem
have
out
3
later.
number 10s, right? They didn't have 3 number 10s
Yes, they
in the
did.
squad.
Yes, they did.
Who?
Other
than Odegaard.
Odegaard. Who was the one who got injured that they replaced?
Havertz who is a striker.
Right, yeah, my mistake. Yeah, my
They
mistake.
played in midfield, though.
Guys, I don't think, like, I think you get my point, but you don't get my point in a sense, right? My point is that
no, I get your point.
You can't like oversaturate one position in the squad. You can't have 6 number 10s in the squad because then half of them will throw a hissy fit and destroy the like the backroom
Yeah, but
balance
Simmons
that you have, right?
But
plays
half
left
of them
as
are
well.
injured. Half of them are injured.
Okay, then you have to
They
get rid of
haven't
them.
got a right to
You
throw
have
the
to-
pissy frit.
So Michael,
They do.
your
They do,
mind, your
right?
mind is saturated in the future. Is that what you're saying? You're thinking about what we're going to do when all of these players come back, and only one of them can play. Is that where you're at?
Yeah, but basically, right? Listen, I would be all for us buying Morgan Gibbs-White and never seeing like Kulusevski and Maddison on the pitch again, right? Like, I love Maddison. I think he's a quality player. I loved Kulu, but he's a dead man to me, right? Like,
Yeah.
at this point, he is just an enigma, right? But
Yeah.
my point is that you can only register 25 players, right? And you can only have like 2 to 3 players per position. So if you buy another number 10, you are kind of you then have to sell the other guys, right? Because you are not going to keep Maddison on 200k a week just to not play him ever again, right? But nobody's going to buy any of the 3 that we have at the club.
So Michael, what's
So-
your
so
answer
then
for
we
the
go
short
without.
term? Oh, hold on.
Listen,
Michael,
we
what's
need
your
to
answer
start
for
being
the short term
ruthless.
then?
Yeah,
we need to start
that's the
being
point.
ruthless at
That's
this
the
club.
point, right? But this club is not
Yeah.
fucking ruthless,
We
right?
need to be completely emotionless when it
Guys,
comes to
I
this
agree.
squad. Otherwise, it's going to be
I agree,
crap
but
again.
this club doesn't act that way. So we have to work within the realms of reality, right? And see how this club is working. This club is not going to rip up Kulu's contract, right? Or do the same thing with Maddison. So I think that creates a problem. That I agree. We need a number 10. I agree with all these points. I just don't think you can realistically buy another one, right?
You can.
Especially because we spent already like 400 million pounds this window and bought 8 players,
And we
right?
can
We've still
still
got
make
money to
easily
spend.
another 6. Yeah, and we can still easily make another 60 million basically on selling Sarr and Bergwijn
Yeah.
if we wanted to.
Yeah.
And with the number 10 role, like I say, Simmons can cover left and 10. He plays both sides, yeah? So you can use him in whatever way you want. There's going to have to be some chopping and changing with the players, basically. You're not going to keep the same 11 on there, but you want to improve the squad as well. Kulu, like I said, he's done and dusted. Maddison's probably going to break his leg again anyway, like something along those lines, and just either that or someone will kiss at him and he'll float off into the stars with the unicorns or something. I don't know, but he is that brittle, for God's sake, yeah? So where do we have a number 10? Simmons, possibly when he comes back. And we don't even know if Simmons is going to come back as the player he was, because an ACL snap changes
Don't we
careers.
have a squad for a flat 3? Why are we even playing a 10 if that's
That's
what we're
the
lacking?
point I'm fucking making.
I think
Play a flat 3.
Michael, you're making a good point,
We should
because the
play a flat
reality of
3
Munich
and-
is that.
De Zerbi's not going to do that, though. Do you know? Explain
Then
this.
he's an idiot. Then he's an idiot if he tries to force a number 10 if we don't fucking have one, right?
Yeah. Robert
one available,
De Zerbi,
The
right?
way I think
I'll tell you something.
I think
Sava
we should
has
play
just
a
made a
flat
very
3.
good point in chat, by the way. We've got 7 days left. How much harder is it going to be to go and pick up these players now?
Yeah,
exactly.
I think we should play a flat 3. I think we should play a flat 3 until one of the number 10s is available again,
I agree.
because we have 3 of them in the squad. That's the point I'm making.
Right, but
basically,
this
I
is-
don't
but
think
guys,
buying another
this is-
one.
Are we creating
this is-
chances then?
But
With a flat
guys,
3.
This is
We've
this
really
is
only
the
got
Play
one.
flat 3 and score goals, right? Figure it
How?
out.
No. To be fair, you've got Fernandes and Tonali who are fantastic.
Yeah, Fernandes
at
and
playmaking.
Tonali are good at creating
And
chances.
you've got
Guys,
Marmoush and
can I-
Savinho.
can I-
Savinho is one of the greatest creators
See,
I've seen for a while.
This is why we continually get into trouble at this club, right? With managers.
Mm-hmm.
We're falling into the trap again. We hire a manager for the way they play and what they've done in the past. They then come to Spurs. We don't give them the players they need. And then we say, right, can you adapt to what we've given you? And we're going to forget why we hired you. And this keeps happening at Tottenham.
It is a fair
If you
point.
sign
Yeah.
Frank, give him Frank players so he can play Frank ball. If you're going to bring De Zerbi, give him De Zerbi players so he can play De Zerbi ball. Same with Conte,
Yeah.
same with Pot. We're doing it again where we're now saying, right, he hasn't got the players. You've got to change your way. That's not why we hired him. If you want an adaptable manager, then bring in a manager that changes every week his system. That's not De Zerbi, guys. And this is the problem we're going to have now.
But
Still,
in this current
this-
climate, still, you can't spend 900 million to make that happen straight away. That
And you
is
can't
the
expect,
only
and you
arguing
can't
point.
expect a manager who is a systematic manager to change his system to suit the club. That's not him,
Of
Benji.
course.
That's not De Zerbi.
He's not going
I
to
hear you, mate,
change.
but you've got to be realistic about this. I listen.
Then don't hire De
understand it,
Zerbi. Then don't hire De Zerbi. Hire a manager that changes his way. Like Harry Redknapp adapted to what he had.
Yeah.
Bring in a
Very
Redknapp
true.
then. Don't bring in a De Zerbi.
Yeah, but-
That's the reality as well.
Okay, can I give an example, right? Let's look at Arsenal and let's say that they play 4-3-3, by the way. I would say like they don't really have a number 10 per se, like a creative like hub of the team number 10, right? Let's imagine Odegaard and someone else get injured mid-season and they can't play the advanced guy, right? Does Arteta adapt his style because he has 3 injuries, right? He does. So, in my opinion, until our 10s come back, because they are injured, it's not like the players aren't there. They are there, or listen, I get that Maddison, Kulusevski, and Simons, they have their issues, right? I'm just making a point that I think De Zerbi should just change the midfield a bit before the number 10s come back.
I get what you're saying. I agree.
Like-
There's certain situations where a manager can only play with the cards he's got.
Exactly,
and this is
right.
one thing we complained about Ange that he refused to do, yeah? There's going to have to be certain situations where De Zerbi, if he's a good manager, is going to have to adapt to the situation, yeah? But to say for the season he's got to totally adapt to it and change his style of play ain't the right way to do it.
Yeah.
Look,
I'm
again,
not talking-
Kulu is fucked. And let's just say it before it even happens. Maddison is fucked. Right. We've got one number 10 there. Yes, you can play Kudus there, but we're going to need him out on the right. So that's Kulusevski fucked. That's Maddison fucked. And we've also got someone out till February who's going to be lucky if he starts playing significant football by the end of the season. We need a number 10.
Yeah.
But we have
And then
to
at
be
the end of that,
realistic. We've spent
Kulu cut his contract
300
off. And at the end,
But we've
when you
spent
add the money, Ben-
320 million.
no,
You
we
know,
haven't.
Well, guys,
It's not-
yes, we have. With
Right.
Savinho
No, not when
coming
you
in,
put
that's
the net spend on
320
it.
million.
It's not
No,
about
I
the
agree with
money,
you,
it's
Ben.
about the positions.
But regardless,
It's
you
about
have
the
to remember
positions
what
we
time
actually
period you're
need to
in.
be effective. We
Yeah.
need
we
a
haven't
number
played for
10.
To
Marmoush.
buy the caliber of players you want, you are looking at in and around 70 to 100 million per player.
Yeah,
You've
we'll
got
go
to
and
be
spend
realistic
it
here.
then.
We've
Yeah,
done
we've-
320 already.
We've got it
But
in
look
the
how
pot.
much money we've had come in, and we haven't had
Mate,
to pay
we've-
for Marmoush.
sorry, we've only
until
spent
next
It's not
season.
money.
We've only
We've
spent
only
about
spent net
250.
spend.
Guys, we
Yeah,
spent
250 million. What is
Yeah,
that?
even
because,
net?
that.
because Savino and Marmoush aren't
Our net
confirmed.
spend is 50 million,
but
isn't it?
No,
Savino's
but
85 million.
Marmoush is till next season. We don't even have to pay 50
No, but there's
mil
still
for
going to be a
Marmoush till
loan
next
fee for that. It's
season.
probably what, 10?
Yeah, probably about 5 million.
Guys, we have not spent above 250 million, and we brought
No,
in
That's it, 250
Yet.
million.
Yet.
Yeah, we brought in a lot. So our net spend, what is it still? Overall.
160.
It's under,
now,
it's,
I think.
it's
It was
under 50 million.
46. It was
It's under 50
46
million.
before Savino.
You see
Our
what I
net
mean?
spend.
So we've got money in the pot, right? Let's fix it now. 7 days to go, right?
Yeah,
we
but
know we know
aren't
Madders
we
has made the
overreacting?
paper. We know Madders has made the paper. We know there's players that we can get out the squad, like Stel said. Sarr, even I'd add Tell to that. Gray, and who else who said
Solanke,
Bergvall,
Richie,
Bergvall,
Bergvall,
Solanke, Richie, all
Souza.
those shit players. They hurt my bloody eyes. They hurt my soul. I watch them and I despair, like all of you lot. You watch them and you despair, right? Danny phones me up and says how shit they are.
Benji
Right?
quite likes
Still
it.
phones
Benji
me
quite
up
likes
and says how
Where
shit
the
they
fuck
are.
are you getting that from, Chief?
Right? Everybody phones me and tells me how shit they are. We have a really good debate about it, but they are all shit. So let's be ruthless, like Stel said. We can't afford to be not ruthless. Too much sensibility in our club, holding on to players like Davies for 11 years, for fuck's
But
sake.
this club
Come
is
on.
Not, this club is not ruthless. Then,
Yeah, but we have to be, Michael.
but
We-
we aren't deciding that. It's the club that decides that. Like,
Yeah, I agree with that.
Listen,
But
guys,
that's
we
what I
lost.
want personally.
We lost one game. We lost one game against Brentford, and we played Gallagher in the number 10.
We
And I
got
think
battered,
everyone
Michael.
losing their
We got
fucking
battered.
shit.
Because we got
Okay,
battered. It's not the
that's
loss, it's
one
the way we
game.
played.
It's the
Sir,
way we
that's
played,
one
the way
game.
we lost.
One
It was
game.
shit.
One
The
game.
whole
Also,
team stunk.
there's more.
Game.
there's more number 10s outside the Premier League as well. There is actual players outside of the English Premier League. Believe it or not, there actually is, and we haven't looked there yet.
Michael, do you know what?
And there's some we could get
I
out
wish
there
we
for
could
30
resurrect
million.
Dembele.
Yes. Villa lost 4-0 to Brighton. Should they throw a fucking kitchen sink at it
No,
and
but
just buy random players?
Villa started off badly last season, and look where they finished.
Villa have lost a lot of their best players. They lost Tillemans,
Yeah,
they lost Rodgers.
but one thing Villa have got is a fantastic manager.
We've signed good players.
Okay,
they've got a fantastic
if our
manager.
scouts are that bad, Tonali, Fernandes, Van Heck, Marmouche, Savinho, I'll have some more bad scouts, please.
Listen,
Ben, I could have scouted them. Any one of us could have scouted them, Ben. That's a bad example, mate.
Coming back to Villa, right? Unai Emery is a fantastic tactician. He's a fantastic manager, but he's not elite. He's not an elite manager. That's why he hasn't got the elite job. He's at Villa, but he's a bloody good manager. And look what he did with Villa. Right, he started around really badly. He turned it around.
Guys, 1 minute. De Zerbi is a bloody good manager. He will turn it around at Spurs.
All right, hold on a minute.
I
just want to finish this segment on the players that we played in our team against Brentford, because that's what I was trying to do. Right, we're now going on to Unai Emery versus De Zerbi chat. There's one more player I want us to discuss. Right, so we've done Gray, we've done Bergvall, we've done Van Heck, we've done Solanke and Ritchie, we've done Gallagher. Last one this evening in terms of players. I want to talk about Matthias Tell because I got told all pre-season he's cooking, he's the best player pre-season, he's coming good, De Zerbi's getting a tune out of him. Whatever you say, these are the facts. Game 1 in the Premier League, no goals, no assists. That's the Tell that I know. And again, he's done it. Now, was he the only bad player? No, the whole team was shit. But he was the one that was in good form. He was the one that was improving. He was the one that's going to cook. Talk to me about Matthias Tell, people. Where are you at with him?
Can I talk about him first again?
Ellie, let Dan go first because I know you're going to go on for about 20 minutes. So I'll come
probably will, yeah. I'm not short, I'm long. I've been here for a long time.
Ellie's on it tonight. She's on it. Danny.
Just don't fall asleep again.
I won't, because I've got a really bad pain after my fall, Dan. So yeah, I've taken Cocodamol, so I should be able to talk.
Good job you said that properly, because you said I've taken some coke and then stopped and then rephrased
it. because
I'm not on drugs, guys.
Pre-season,
Cocodamol is pretty potent.
Yeah,
these are the comments. These are the comments that I had in my chat. I'm sorry, guys. Tell will make it. I've seen a lot of football. By the end of the season, you see, we have Billy, who predicted that we'd comfortably beat Brentford. Also said, Stel, have you eaten humble pie yet? Matthias Tell is clearly a top talent. Yeah, and these are the things that I hear. Look, Matthias Tell is Bitcoin in 2010. These people all post this stuff. I mean. Did any of you see that on the weekend? Were you guys wowed by Matthias Tell against Brentford?
Matthias Tell, right? Now, do you know what? Matthias Tell in pre-season did look like a good player. Do you know why he looked like a good player? Because the level of opposition we were against was his level. That's it.
And it was friendlies. Correct. Friendlies don't mean nothing. Papa Sarr looked good last season, and loads of people started saying, yes, this is the manager that's going to make him and everything else. And we go through the same fucking story again. And then when it comes down to the league and whatever, again, you might as well just drop them out of plane, let alone push them off a cliff. It's another thing we do at Spurs by giving the players the bloody blue badge. And there you go. They can do as they want. And we just give them excuse and excuse and excuse. Tell, again, has done nothing to justify that he is good enough. He might well do. I just don't think he will.
Guys, where are you at with Matthias Tell?
I'll go last because I'm going to take at least 20 minutes.
Michael, Benji, Dan list before Ellie brings
bang average, no output.
I agree.
That was short and sweet.
And
it's just giving you more time, Ellie.
Did you see anything to say?
I mean,
Because
he was better than Richarlison, but being better than him is not an achievement.
Yeah, that's not exactly a
Mate,
compliment, is it?
I mean, if that's where we're at with
Fuck me,
Tel,
guys. Oh,
the bar's pretty low.
Richarlison.
I
I'm
think
I
he's
like
got
the way
legs for it
Michael's
there.
holding his head.
I think Tell has got all the tools to be a decent player. I just don't think he's got it up here. I don't think he's got it up here. Listen, he's athletic, he's quick, you know, he's good with both feet. But I just, when it comes to game time, the kid just don't have it, you know. And again, because he's not ready. Again, because he's not ready. For me, I'm not even sure if I'm happy with Tell's backup on that left wing, to be quite honest with you.
I can deal
Because
with
to
him as
drop-
backup
Okay, all right, fair
for
enough.
the meantime. But I know what you're going to say. You're right.
Yeah,
For the meantime. For the meantime. And then when you got
He's-
Simmons, he can do that left and the 10.
yes, you're not wrong. Dan, you're not wrong. It's exactly what I was going to say. You're not wrong.
Yeah,
I'm
it is a
happy that
massive
I'm
drop.
still
You're
awake.
right. It is a massive drop.
Did anyone notice something quite concerning about Tell against Brentford, which was we've
can't
always
cross the ball.
historically struggled when teams get a bit physical with us. We've always historically found it a challenge, okay? I
Yeah.
felt Tell got bullied. Like Archie Gray. I thought Tell and Gray got bullied on that pitch. And Brentford knew
Coyote
exactly
put him
what
in
they
a
were doing.
spliff.
Yeah, they both got wrapped in a blunt, a spliff, in some Amsterdam homegrown. It just honestly,
Amsterdam
anytime
homegrown.
little shove, a little
Fucking Ajax
dig.
Academy.
Exactly. They didn't even get put. They didn't even get put in a spliff. They got cut up on a toilet and snorted, mate. They got absolutely done.
Dan always goes to the level that doesn't
down.
he didn't realise was there. He just finds that.
He's from a different world.
Fired on the spoon.
Do you know
like,
what?
you know,
You know what?
the spoon
Either
and the
way-
lighter settings, right?
Either way, this doesn't matter because
I don't know where you just went, Michael. I don't know where you just went. Like, what?
Michael's
heroin.
in Poland.
Heroin.
Actually, my husband's on tramadol. That's heroin. Did you know that? My husband's on tramadol. That's
So's
actually
cocodamol.
heroin.
So's
Yeah, I know
cocodamol.
it is. I know. So I actually took 2 because I was in bad pain. I had a bad fall, everybody. Everybody knows it by now. But I'm here supporting Tottenham Away Ole Ole. Right, so I can't go yet because it's not my turn. So I think Danielis needs to go, doesn't he?
Can
I
I say
think
one more thing? By the
Dan,
end
this
of the day tomorrow, you know what? This is my last thing on Tell. By the end of the day tomorrow, I won't have to think about Tell again. Savinho will be announced and it's game over. You won't see him in the squad.
Do you remember about 3 weeks ago when we were having this same chat about players and Gakpos and all this stuff, Savinho's? Fans were saying, I'm confident we will get these players in before the start of the season. There's no way we're going to start the season without you. And then we went and started the new season without. And now we're saying, do you know what? Before Newcastle, we are going to get these players in. Dan List, Mateus Tell. We were talking about Tell. Where are you at with Mateus Tell?
Tell. Well, all he is going to be squad cover, isn't he? Savinho comes in, he'll be starting. Tell for me is just a worry, isn't he? Such a worry. Works hard, tries hard, but there's just no end product. I'm not in the fan club of him. You know, we all know there is a fan club for Tell. I don't know what they're hoping and praying for, that he's suddenly going to explode this season. I hope he does, because we need something, but I just can't see it. I really can't. And this whole discussion that we've been having tonight, it worries me more and more going into this season. You know, the creativity, the goals, it's a huge problem. Look, I don't expect Spurs to get every position sorted this window. It's so hard, right? We've made so many changes, so many new players coming in. But when you think about it and you actually look at it seriously, what's so important for a side? Scoring goals and creating goals. It's great, okay, improving the defence midfield, right? Fine, yeah, I agree with that. But unless you're going to address the issue which has been staring us in the face for God knows how long, what we going to achieve realistically? Not a lot. So I think, the number 10 issue is a massive concern. I really do. I think we should have gone for a number 10. The winger with Savinho, is he going to produce the numbers? We don't know yet. We hope so. Mamouche, will he get goals? I hope so too. But there's a massive issue with it's having players who can consistently create, isn't it? That's the issue here. We've got a Maddison, we've got a Kulu, got a Kudos, Savinho. Are they going to consistently assist and score goals? I have my worries. The thing is with this De Zerbi and his system, which should automatically create more chances, but you still need killers. You still need finishers in the team. You still need people who can pick a pass, put a through ball through. And yes, Maddison can do it. But the problem with Maddison, he's not going to stay fit. Kulu, we don't know what's going on. Kudos, we have to wait and see. And so with Savinho. So this is why I'm not having much expectation this season. There's too many question marks for me. We got worries at right back cover as well now. We all saw what happened with Gray, at the weekend. That's going to happen throughout the season if Porro gets injured. So there's a lot of work to do. Time will tell. But serious points, though. I think everyone's made great points around the number 10 and the creativity. And if Spurs were a serious side, they would have a solution.
I still think we've done a respectable job in the window, but we can do more. And the other question I have, the number 10, I think we desperately need. I said that at the start, and a goalkeeper. There are places we are wide open. 10 is one of them, and goalkeeper, massive, massive, massive gamble.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, Dan,
Ellie, before I come to you, before I come to you, just two things. No, you're next. I just want to do two things because I forgot to say thank you to Sue for the jewels. Thank you very much, Sue Smith, as always, regular on the channel, and also big up, David. Listen, this is the True Faith podcast. I'm usually on it every year when Spurs play Newcastle, but I can't this week because I'm away. So Benji's going to step in. Looking forward to Benji
done
being
that
on the
today,
channel.
actually.
All right, so that'll be out on their channel at some point.
Lovely fella.
David, I'm going to answer your question at the end of the show because I'm going to end on the Newcastle game. All right, so Ellie, floor's yours.
Yeah, right. So on Dan's
one second, Ellie.
about...
One second, Ellie. I've got to shoot. I've got to sort a couple of things out. I'll catch up with you later. Cheers for having me on. Still, I'll speak to you later.
Well done,
Big up,
Dan.
man. Everyone, check out the Hotspur Hood. If you don't know, get to know. In the words of Box Office, check out Dan's channel. You know what to do.
See you later on. Take care.
See you later, Dan. Yeah. Thank you, mate.
Right, okay. So I'd just like to start on Dan's point first before I start on Tell, because I've got a lot to say on Tell. Right, so Dan's point is respectable. Right, we don't need respectable. We need bloody better than respectable, right? And we need to fill the positions that we're weak in. And we've done it year on, year out, season after season. We don't fix the problems. And that's why we have problems. And that's why we don't finish in the top four, right? We haven't finished in the top four for a number of years now, even under Ange Postecoglou, first season, fifth, right? Then we went down to 17th twice, right? So now getting on to Tell, right? Tell, right? He's the sort of player, right, that you think is good, and you look at him and you think, yeah, he's got a little bit of tech, he can dribble, but then when it comes to that final ball, just like Udogie, just like a lot of the wingers we've had, Odebear's the same, that final ball is not there, right? It's football IQ, right? Putting the ball where it needs to go. Perisic was brilliant at it. Tell's not yet anyway, right? I'm going to call out Sean Butler now for bigging him up too much on his show. I watch Sean Butler a lot. Yeah, I'm going to cook him. I'm going to cook him. Right, like Jason Cundy goes, where's Sean Butler? Where's Tell? Right?
Has anybody seen Sean Butler?
Has anybody seen Tell? Has anybody seen Sean Butler? Right? Because, right, I see this player and he annoys me. He absolutely annoys me because, first of all, like you mentioned, still, he got bullied. Physicality, right? As a footballer, you need physicality as well as skill, right? Maradona was fantastic, physical, dribbling. Yeah, you're comparing Tell right? If you compare Tell with Maradona, don't go there, right? Do not go there, right? You can compare him with the weakest wingers because physically he hasn't got the attributes, right? Right? The final ball's not there. He did dawdles a lot, right? So he doesn't make a decision. You see him when he beats his player, you think, yeah, go on, Tell. You want him to do it, don't you? But he doesn't, right? And when he does, it's very rare. I think he scored 4 goals last season, if I'm right, right? But he could have scored a lot more, just like Timo Werner. He could have scored a lot more, but he hasn't got the juices. He doesn't know what to do at that final bit. Yeah, he might be able to do the fancy bit before, but if you can't finish your dinner and you can't pass the ball to create, there's not a player there, not yet, right? I'm not saying that he won't get there because he's still young, but young, you can't use that as an excuse. Like Sava always says, if you're good enough, you're old enough, right? I don't think he's got the attributes, right, to be a top player, right? That's my call on it. Other people might think he has, but my call on it, he hasn't.
Well said.
That's it. I'll finish my rant.
Yeah,
Thank
do you know
you.
what as well? I get fed up of people saying, "Oh, you can't judge after one game." How many games do you play for Spurs? Can people not count now? Is that where we're at as Spurs fans? We can't count numbers. We just don't understand numbers, mate. Maz nailed it where he said earlier on. We brought in Tell on loan. He was absolute dog shit for 5 months, and then we bought him.
Yeah.
And we bought him. It's absolute madness, and he's done nothing since. But oh well. We've now got to just pretend and like him because otherwise you hate the club. You know, don't have an honest opinion.
But
Don't have an
still,
honest
who
view.
else have we got, man? This is the problem, isn't it? Left wing.
And like
got nothing.
Perisic wipes the
Got
floor with
nothing.
Tell. I know he's more experienced, and I know he's been there, done
Why
it,
we
got
need
the
Savio
t-shirt.
ASAP.
Yeah.
Why we need Savio ASAP.
Yeah, but
Well,
if he gets
he's
injured,
got more potential. Now he's
Yeah,
got to prove it, hasn't he?
Listen,
guys.
if our manager rated Tell, we wouldn't be about to drop £75 million on a replacement.
Do you remember what Thomas Frank said about Tell? He scores a lot. What player is he watching? He scores a lot.
Yeah, but look how long Frank lasted with comments like that.
That's it. He made many stupid comments and he's gone now. So don't make stupid comments, managers, otherwise you're gone.
Deserby, he's made 1 or 2. Let's see what he does.
He said he's bigging up Bergvall, isn't he? Saying he's the future.
Well, you got to do what Benji said and just ignore everything he says. He's just saying it, apparently.
Can I ask, like, I don't know how to phrase the question, but because Dan said, what happens if Savinho gets injured, right?
Yeah.
But how many teams have an adequate cover on like every position? Because then you can make like this. Then you can say what happens if A player gets injured, right? And you can always say the B player is shit, right? But even I think the best teams in the league have positions where they don't have the cover, right? So, like, I don't know if we should necessarily be sulking over the fact that Tell will be a backup if we play one game a week and Savinho will be the first choice. So, like, maybe the point I'm making is that I see that we should upgrade on Tell, but I'm not necessarily sure if that's like a priority for now. I think
it's the drop off, Michael. The drop off is so huge. It's not like a slight dip. It's massive. We just. It's almost.
I might say something about Savinho that people might not like.
but guys, honestly, I've got a question still. But what are you all expecting next season? Honestly, with this season here, what are you all expecting? Because there's so much to do, wasn't there? So much to do. As Michael says, you know, it's a priority getting cover for a left winger when we haven't even got the first choice left winger yet. Well, obviously, Savio's coming in, right? I don't know what everybody expects this season.
That is the performance. Dan, do you know what? For me, I expect to see us control games a bit better. I expect us to be a bit more clinical up front. I expect us not to capitulate. I expect us to put up the fight. I just don't want to see what I saw in the second season of Ange, the first season of Frank, Tudor, at least De Zerbi, when he came in, he said, right, all the kids, you dropped. We're going to get relegated with you lot. Stabilised us. He made us competitive. We weren't pretty on the eye, but we had fight. That Brentford game, we looked utter shite. Like really bad. And
But that's
I'm like,
one
why?
game.
But we all predicted it,
Yeah,
right?
but
we all
Michael,
predicted
it's
that.
one game where he went back to what he didn't do last season.
So he didn't go back. He never did it, right?
The first game against Sunderland, he did it. He said, right, I'm not doing that again because we're going to get relegated.
But
We
I
started
think
very
I
well
think
playing.
I think the squad looked the way it did because of fitness issues, not because of.
Mate, Fernandes
Like
played
him-
a second half. Madison played a second half.
But
Benton played a second half. So give them a half each instead of Bergvall.
maybe the medical team told De Zerbi that they can only play a half.
Yeah, so play
Right.
Benton call first half and Fernandes second. Don't play Bergvall.
Yeah, because
So-
then
so-
you've got a foot.
But then
you've got
who
a foot
plays
in
the
the
number
game.
10? Who plays the number 10 then?
Well, Gallagher's there, isn't he?
Yeah, so Gallagher was fucking awful, right?
Yeah, but Bergvall gave the
Yeah.
ball away. Bergvall cost us a second goal.
Okay, but the Gallagher would still be there. Gray would still be there because
Would
Porro
you
wasn't
rather a
fit, right?
midfield of Bentancur and Gallagher or Bergvall and Gallagher? Right?
I agree, right? But I just think that this game.
Don't start Mikey Moore in the first game of the season. Don't do it.
Who do you start then?
Well,
Still, there was no one on the bench. There was no one on the bench attacking wise. That's the club's fault, right? But
Correct. That is the
Yeah.
club's fault. However, for that first game, I would have said, just for one game, we're going to go two up top, just for one game until the following week when this is sorted. But I said the same about Frank, and I said the same about Ange.
Yeah, but-
Stop playing three up front when we don't have one good player up front.
yeah, but the
Stop playing
Zerbi plays
three.
free up front. Why should he change his system?
And you're absolutely right, Michael. Michael, you're absolutely right. And I said that earlier, but for one game, just one game, because we haven't got the strikers in, don't do it. I said the same with Frank. When Frank was here, I said, stop fucking playing with three up front. It don't
Yeah,
work.
I said to play a flat free midfield. You guys didn't like it, right?
Irregardless,
couple
like that
games,
10
right?
spot.
Michael,
that
I'm
10
agreeing with you.
spot
Bro.
with Gallagher.
I'm agreeing, but for one game only, because
I
for
think-
me, because no, but Michael, hold on. For me,
I'm being
this
a
is
bit petty,
different.
I know, but
No. I like the challenge. For me, this is different because we've got a far stronger midfield than what we have in attack. In the midfield,
I agree.
there's a little bit of flexibility. There's no flexibility with the front three. They're shit, and there's no other options. Stop playing the front three. Defensively, there's a bit of option. We do have a Danzo. We do have Van der Ven was injured. We do have a Ben Davies if we're that desperate. Mate, there's no options up front. Like, we have zero choices up front. Nothing.
The reason why I'm not like the reason why I'm saying one game or whatever, right? Is I don't think we are going to see the same team, possibly like ever again this season, because of the injury or like fitness issues we had, right? So the way I look at it, Gray won't play right back unless Porro is injured, right? Van de Ven will play over Senesi most games. I think Udogi and Robertson will rotate, right? In the midfield, I think he will do something to not play Gallagher number 10. I don't think he's a stupid coach and doesn't like. I think Roberto De Zerbi sees the fact that Gallagher doesn't work as a number 10. And forwards, if everything goes to plan, we should have Savinho and Marmoush signed before Newcastle, right? So I think the team will be different. So I've said it plenty of times. In isolation, I agree. The game against Brentford was absolutely awful. We were dog shit, right? But I don't think we should be projecting that game over the whole season. I think that was
We're not.
like
No.
isolated instance,
We're
right?
not. But it is unacceptable ever to be playing Bergvall and Gallagher in a midfield. It is
I agree.
unacceptable for Archie Gray to
And I
be
don't
right
think
back
it will happen again.
and Michael. I don't care if it does or not. It's unacceptable for that to have happened anyway. That should never have happened.
100%.
I
100%.
No.
And we're not allowed to say that because it's not going to happen again. Oh, but De Zerbi knows what he's doing. Mate, if I went on We Are Tottenham TV, I said, if De Zerbi ever does that again, I want him gone. If I ever see Gray as captain and Gallagher in the 10 and Bergvin in the 8, I want him gone. I don't want a manager like that at my club. I can't. Because I know what's going to happen.
Do you know
We're gonna
how I
lose
see
again.
it still? How I see it, right? You've got 11, you chose 11, right? It's like an experimental thing with De Zerbi, I think, this game, right? What I expect, all of those 11 players who pull on our shirt to give everything they've got, right? And we saw nothing. There was no fight. There was no spirit. There was no camaraderie between the players. Hardly any communication. There was no accountability because, like, we've got Archie Gray as a captain, right? Big mistake, right? But everybody was saying, oh, he was the only fit player out of the what they call it,
The
the
five,
um,
the leadership group or
the
whatever,
five
right?
that
Yeah.
he's chosen. Big deal. So what? Just choose another captain. Don't put Gray as a captain. He was weak, and he was weak in the tackle, and he's weak as a captain, right? This is Tottenham Hotspur. We're not bloody Brentford, right? Although they battered us, we're not a Brentford. We're much better than that, and we should be showing it. Every time we pull on that shirt and we represent our club, that is a
Ellie, we
given.
didn't even do the
A given.
basics. We didn't do the
We
basics at the
didn't.
weekend.
We didn't do the basics. We didn't do nothing. We were just lame. We got on that pitch. All those 11 players should hang their heads in shame. Shame for their manager to put them on their pitch. He's chosen you. Go out there and bloody play for Spurs, right? Like I did. I put on that shirt. I was proud. I'm born and bred in Tottenham. I put on the shirt. I play 100% every game, right? And they should do the same. I expect it, right? And that manager, Roberto De Zerbi, he's got a lot of work to do now. Even though that wasn't our first 11, Michael, I still expect them to put on that shirt with pride and play with pride for our badge. And none of them did it. Not one player.
Can I just say, I don't
agree
blame
with all of
I don't blame RDZ for everything. I don't. I think he made two massive mistakes for me, and that was Archie Gray at captain, all right, and obviously Gallagher as a 10. Me and Still were saying it before the
And
game. It's a
Bergvin in the 8.
terrible mistake.
Bergvin should not have
Absolutely. I
played
mean,
in the 8.
if you're going to do
And not
anything,
bringing
you'd
players
probably
in.
swap the two. Right, no, but hold on, right. So other than that, other than those two mistakes I've pointed out, I think the rest was pretty much hamstrung. I don't think he could have done a great much more. I mean, people say, oh, yeah, play two up front. Well, I don't think Solanke's fully fit to be able to do that, at least for a full 90 anyway. But on top of that, I've been saying to people, Spurs fans need to temper their expectation this season. You know, ever since, well, hold on. I see you shaking your head, but
Benji, the
listen.
performance was
Well, I know, and there's no excuse for that.
We
I
couldn't keep the
understand that,
ball.
but
We couldn't
I
keep
get
the
that.
ball.
I do. I understand
There's
it. But
no
listen, I said,
desire to keep the ball.
I know. It was, but for me, a lot of that is on the players' heads. Look, all I'm saying is people need to temper their expectation. Listen, at the end of the day, yes, we've brought in some fantastic talent and we are continuing to do so, but we haven't got a team. We've got a squad of good players at the moment, and that's going to take a lot of time. Honestly, you want my opinion? I think the season's going to be very, very bumpy up until around Christmas when things will start to improve. But at the end of the day, that was just one game. And as Michael said earlier, you're probably not going to see that team again, realistically, are you? Okay, you've got
But
players.
are we going to see that performance
Porro.
again, Benji? Are we going to see that type of performance? That's the
Can we
worry.
You'd like to hope not.
We've
You'd
seen
like to
it with
think not.
our best 11. We've seen that with our best 11 then perform like that, right? So it's up to the manager to set the tempo and set the right ethic, right? I saw
mean,
Robert De Zerbi. I
did
saw
we
him. All
see
he's
our
doing is
best
sitting
11
down and
under
looking
De
at the
Zerbi?
other coaches.
I mean, did we see our best 11 under De Zerbi? Because
No.
like I wouldn't be going off of the last two seasons, right? And it like okay, he made a mistake, but let's see if he rectifies the mistake and never makes it again, right?
Yeah, he did
Like,
it against
there's no
Sunderland
reason
the
to
first
listen,
game. He made a mistake.
guys, basically what
We
I'm saying, right?
rectified
If
it.
it was gaming 11 coming up, right? If it was gaming 11 coming up, and all the 10 games before we played like that, huge like sign of concern, and we should be all scared shitless, right? But after one game, with all the context that we mentioned about the players missing, I think there is space to give Roberto De Zerbi a chance to rectify it against
Of course there
Newcastle,
is.
right?
But
Yeah.
like
Go on,
we
Scott.
say, all the
Scott,
context of
let Scott
players
go.
missing.
Yes, Scott.
Go on, Scott.
There's not a single player that we're missing yesterday that is a surprise. We knew all of the players that we're missing today would be gone. We can't say, oh, Madison wasn't out. We knew Madison wouldn't be ready to play. We pointed out he played 15 minutes 3 times last season and looked gassed after 5 minutes each time. He wasn't fit enough to play in the preseason. We knew he couldn't play. We knew Kudus had been out for 8 months. We knew Kulu's knee is done. We knew going into this game that we have no number 10 ready to go. We knew that our whole front line was garbage. We knew that all of last season, right? So we've had a whole summer to address both those issues, and we've chosen not to. So that's where the concern comes in. If we would have got in the players we need and somebody had a injury in training this week, that sucks. But we knew about all these issues and have chosen not to address them. So that's where the concern comes in, is it's not like we've had bad luck to get us here. This is how we planned. We planned to start the season this year underwhelming, right? We planned to start this season without the players that we need. We knew that Spence was going to be a backup right back and that he wasn't going to be happy with that. So fine, we sell him. 100% the right move. But how did we not have somebody come in ready to play if Porro couldn't play? Because we chose not to have Porro play, right? Everyone who was at Barcelona for Spain played this weekend. It's not like Porro needed special time. All those Spanish players played. So we chose to do this. That's the frustration that I have. So when I know, and Michael, you're right, it's only one game. My problem is there's no reason for me to think that the same problems we've had this game aren't going to go through us this whole season, because we have no plan of how to address the issues.
Scott, I want to ask you a question. I want to ask Scott. Yeah, it was very good. I want to ask Scott a question and get everyone else's opinion as well. Okay. So this question from David, big up the True Faith podcast, Geordie. He says, "Are we expecting a tricky game against Newcastle next week? He expects Jasler to set up to counter-attack at rapid speed against us. He can see a high-scoring game. Personally, I don't know who's scoring for us, unless Mamouche and Savio here. Spurs will be much stronger, though," he says. So, Scott, a lot of us thought Newcastle, they're falling apart, they're gone. They did all right against Liverpool. They've got a bit of fight about them. It was at home, though. Let's see what they're like on the road. But then our home record's been shocking. So that needs to be rectified. What would you do then, Scott? What kind of team would you field against Newcastle then? And let's pretend we've got at least Savio, maybe not Mamouche. Let's say one of them is at the club. What would you? Who would be your starting 11?
It's tough because we are right when we say the players aren't there, but I don't give the club and I don't give De Zerbi an excuse for that. I think I hope Porro's back. I don't know why he wouldn't be. So I think if you have Porro, you have Robertson. I don't think it matters whether Van de Ven or Senesi's in there. I don't think Van de Ven comes back and proves us in any way. They're interchangeable. So Van de Ven or Senesi with Van Hecke. And then in the midfield, hopefully you can do Fernandes and Tonali. That will make a difference. Fernandes coming back will make a difference. I'm not sure what do we do at the 10? We don't have a 10 and we don't seem... I agree with Michael when he says the club isn't going to buy a 10. 100% Michael. Yeah. I agree with you. You're right. We aren't. I'm pointing out the fact that's an issue, right? I agree. The club isn't going to buy a 10. That's the issue I have. So I think you have to go with Gallagher, and if you have to play a flat 3, then I guess that's what you do. But the problem that I have is there's no solutions coming back. This isn't we have the solutions to come in and fix the problems. It's we're unwilling to go out and get the solutions. That's my concern. And that isn't we have to do everything in the window, because asking to have a functional starting 11 week 1 and week 2 of the season shouldn't be too much to do. We're not going to have depth in every single position, but we don't even have a competent 10. We don't have a competent left wing. We don't have a competent striker. We don't have a competent right wing. And we knew that in June.
Yeah, true.
Do you know three of the players we signed were all freebies? Dubravka, Robertson, Senesi.
And now we hear
But
this.
that's good
I
business,
don't trust
right?
the source, but we hear we're going to maybe look at a new keeper, which I hope we do. But what are we doing? It's just so much of the same
Guys, was there
unprepared
any
nonsense that we
was
have
there
every
any
year.
plan to this window, or have we just kind of done a scattergun approach where a couple of freebies were available, let's go for them. Oh, we already wanted Savio and Robertson, let's go for them again. By the way, De Zerbi, who do you really want? I'd love Tonali. All right, let's make sure we get him to keep the manager sweet. In your opinion, is there an actual proper, well thought out plan, or has it been a bit mishy mashy and we've just kind of all been sucked in because fucking hell, we're signing lots of players and we're spending lots of money?
I don't think we're going to know that to the end of the transfer window, realistically. Look, for me, we've gone about it the right way. I think the best way to build a team is from the back, right? That's traditionally the best way to build a team. Do I think there was a plan? I think there was a plan. Whether there was a contingency plan is probably a very, very, very different story. But I think there was some sort of plan for the first time in our history, possibly.
I disagree.
Totally.
I think this is a mishmash of what ENIC have been about for the last 26 years. No plan, no contingency, nothing, right? And I'm not going to give them any credit because although they've signed some good players, yeah, Tonali's a fantastic player, yes, right, but it's backward, right? Benji just said we build from the back. Yes, but you also build a strong front three and a midfield that can create. So we've left ourselves short, and that is the story of ENIC. They leave us short. They leave the managers short, and then they expect the managers to adapt, right? De Zerbi doesn't want this. He wants a complete squad, just like what they did for Arteta. They built and built and built, right? But I think Arteta got it right, but I don't think ENIC will get it right for De Zerbi. They won't, because you see, you've got 26 years of evidence, right? It's not 2 years or 4 years or 6 years. It's 26 years we've had of ENIC, right? And everybody on this show knows, and everybody in the chat will probably agree with us, right, that they have left us short. And when you leave a club short, you get what you see. You get what we've been doing. Have we
Guys,
won any? We've won 2 cups, right? That's the reality of the situation, right? So I don't see that their plans have ever worked, right? And they need to fix up and actually fix our club once and for all, right? And do the things that the fans are calling for. Build a squad, right? And actually build and not sack the manager after 18 months. Have some patience with the right man for the right job. I think Robert De Zerbi is the right man. I like him a lot. I like his tactics, right? So we've got that right man. But he has to fix up as well because he's experimenting because he hasn't got the personnel, right? Because if we did have the personnel, that wouldn't have been the team that he put out, would it? Barring injuries, we would have had the players in, yeah, to fix that problem. We would have had a number 10, we would have had a number 9, yeah, and we would have had the fixed the back four. So and then I had the backup for the back four. I don't like that word backup, but we'd have players in strength, right? And some people say you can't do it all in one window. But we've had many, many, many windows to fix it. It's not just Robert De Zerbi. We've had 26 years of trying to fix it and we haven't got there yet. So I blame ENIC, right? And I just think I'm disillusioned because we're doing the same mistakes. Just like Scott says, we're making the same mistakes year in, year out.
guys.
This is only the second window under this new ENIC, by the way. And the first one was in
Guys,
I don't call them new ENIC, they're the same.
I have one question. Right? What exactly do you guys expect the club to do, right? For it to be like flawless, because that's basically what I hear we are expecting, right? And no, wait, Scott, let me explain myself further, right? Because the way I look at it, right, we finished 17th. We are absolutely dog shit, right? They went out, signed 2 good center backs, 2 good midfielders. They are about to sign 2 good forwards, which fair enough is way too late. Should have been done way earlier, right? There are gaps to fill in the squad. I completely agree with that. But I think there is a limit as to how much you can do in a single window, right? I don't think there is any club in the world out there that fixes all of its problems in one window, right? So if we were 4th last season, right, it would be much easier to fix every problem that we have in the club because there would probably be like 2 problems or 3, right? Or like Arsenal, they have 1 problem, left back or left wing or whatever. They will sign the player and be Gucci, right? We were 17th. So I think for the first time, me supporting Spurs, I actually am happy with the window, and I think the club did what they could, except for getting forwards fast enough, right? That's how I look at it. And again, like I agree there are gaps in the team. Like, listen, if you ask me, I would love to have a new goalkeeper, a better left back. I would love to have a number 10. I would love to have a better striker, right? And probably a backup right winger, right? That's the positions that we need to fill. I just don't expect the club to do every single thing in one window, right? So I think that there is things to criticize the club for this window, but I don't think the window is bad. I'm not saying any of you said the window is bad, but I kind of get the vibe of we need to do much more. Yes, we do, but it won't happen like in 2 months, right?
Michael, I
I
completely
think-
agree with you, right? In chat, Savas just said, I expect us to sign what we need. I understand
Yeah.
that point of view, but can I
Right,
just say,
Sava.
did we need backup to Van der Ven? A left-footed backup to Van der Ven? Yes. Did we need to replace Romero? Yes. Did we need to get rid of our toothless midfield and sign players of actual quality? Fernandez Tonali? Yes.
Well, we didn't do that.
Do we
haven't
need
got
a
rid
new
of our
left winger
toothless
and a new
midfield.
striker? Mamouche and Savino? Yes. I agree with Michael. You cannot do everything in this current market in one window. You can't.
Yeah,
There's
but
going to
you
be
lot,
gaps.
you're
Nobody has
missing the
asked.
point.
It's not
You're
realistic.
missing the
I'm sorry.
point, lads. You're missing the point. Right, we've had 26 years of trying to fix this, right? Right now, the crescendo is there. They're trying to fix it now. If they fixed it before, you can't cry over spilt
but-
milk, right? You can't cry over spilt milk because it's already done. But what I'm saying, if they were a proper planning club, we wouldn't be in this situation, would
Okay,
we?
but we got into the situation, so now they are trying
Because
to
of
fix it, right?
them.
That's fine, Michael.
Yeah.
That's fine. You said it yourself. Accept. That accept.
Yeah,
is
that accept
enormous.
is the issue,
Like,
right?
like let me, like you said,
I
what
don't
do I
accept
expect?
it.
What if something they did something like this? And I don't think it's out of the. We knew we needed a front line, right? So you
Yeah.
would, if they could have identified in July, you bring in one, whether it's the striker, the left wing, whatever. You bring that guy in July. Now he's settled in there. So instead of
Yes.
now hoping that we can, and then if you already have him in place, at least that's fixed. Now when you're waiting for Savio, you're waiting for Gakpo.
Right.
It's a little bit more palatable, right? Because you have somebody there.
Yeah.
Instead, like we're honestly saying, we're hoping that our new front line, none of them are here. What, 4 days before, 5 days before we play our second game of the season? I think that's crazy. I think we could have easily brought in at least one forward in the front line, and that makes things. Does it fix everything? No, but that makes things look so much better, does it not? So now we're not waiting. Now, if Gakpo doesn't work out, we're not scrambling necessarily to find somebody else because we have at least one person, and we have Marmouche and Savio tied in with him. I think that simple thing could have very easily been solved. Again, I think if you're selling Spence, it wasn't a shock that we sold Spence. Some people didn't like it, but I think everybody's like, yeah, that's a possibility. Why could we not have had a right back to replace him? I don't think that's saying that we have those two things done is everything in one window. We'd still have problems at left back. We'd still have goalkeeper, like you said. We'd still have depth issues up front. So we're not saying fix everything, but to me, like those are two simple things that they could have done, and I think it massively improves what the outlook is right now.
Well, right,
Because if you would have
Scott,
had,
they
I don't
could
know,
have done it earlier.
I'm going to use Watkins as a placeholder, okay? It doesn't have to be him. But if we had Ollie Watkins this against Brentford, and our front line was Tell, Watkins, and Richie, it's not great, but it's a lot better. You feel a lot more comfortable with that.
Yeah, that's a lot better.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I'm
I
saying.
completely agree with that.
agree.
Right? I completely agree. I just think that listen, when we talk about this window in January, I think we'll talk in purely positives about the window, right? Because I think at that point, there's all of the signings will be settled. Robert De Zerbi will have worked on the squad and the tactics and all that stuff, right? I think the club fucked up in not getting the forwards fast enough, and I think this will cost us a few games, right? But I think I kind of agree with what Benji said about tempering expectations. I know it's like a taboo thing to say, but I never I don't think there was a possibility of us going from 17th to first, right? No amount of money would have meant that we would go from 17th to first, right? I think a realistic expectations is Europa League, in my opinion, and I think the overachieving would be Champions League, right? So I think we can still finish in the Champions League even if we suck. And that's not an excuse to the club. I say they fucked up massively, right? But I think the targets can be achieved, and I think we'll look positively on the window after it happens, right? But at this point right now, we lost against Brentford because they effed up, right? That's the point I'm making. So
Michael,
I think
they're
overall
they're taking the piss.
They're taking the piss, I know.
We sold Lancashire without bringing in a striker. We sold Spence without having right back cover. The only reason we signed Senesi and Van Heck is because we got rid of Romero and Dragusin. We're not building, we're replacing, and in some places we've weakened the positions.
Yeah.
Of all the players we've signed, only 3 of them we've paid money for. What have they actually done? They've only paid money for 3 players.
What are you talking about? We can register 25 players. They had to sell fucking Romero and Dragusin to bring Senesi and Van Hecke.
Did you not hear what I said?
Has it improved?
You said we only brought Van Hecke and Senesi.
No, what I'm saying is
Romero
they haven't bought to build. They bought to replace players that were leaving anyway.
Because they had the only reason...
Romero wanted out a year ago. Dragusin was never going to be part of anyone's plans. Right? So we just replaced them because they were going anyway. If they were serious, they would have kept Ben Davies. Ben Davies is a backup centre back.
If we didn't sell them and and bought,
we're having a serious chat where we're being honest about ENIC. They haven't done what was needed. The most important thing this club needed. The most important. I'm telling you.
What
the
was
most
needed
important.
in
They're useless.
I'm telling you.
Useless, ENIC.
The most important thing. I said it all fucking summer. I went on We Are Tottenham TV. I got rinsed 6 weeks ago. I said to them, I'm worried because the most important thing that needs fixing above everything is the front three. It's the worst front three in the league.
I agree with the front three, but you just said about Senesi and Van Hecke. The fuck were they supposed to do it?
So it's not fucking acceptable for that not to be fixed first. And then what we do is we create excuses. We're building from the back. Bollocks! Look at the attack. It's the worst thing at the club.
I know. I'm with you still, 100%. I'm with Still.
And I'm not with you.
We mustn't accept their excuses. Because if we accept their excuses, they'll just do the same after year after year.
Guys, are we not buying the fucking forward? Are we not buying the fucking forwards? Sorry, is the window finished?
After we've been banged by 3-0.
Okay, I've said that they fucked up on that, right? But
We
they
haven't
will
got
buy the
another
forward.
line.
Benji, Michael, let me tell you both something, right? And I'm going to remember this video. I remember every video I do. If we miss out on Europe by 3 points, we're having this conversation.
Okay.
Dumb.
We're having this conversation.
Dumb.
Okay. I'll wait till then.
Dumb.
Okay, mate. But
at the end of the day, right? Can I just say this? Because it looks like me and Michael are like, yay, ENIC. No, we're not yay fucking ENIC. We hate them as much as you do.
But you are going way over the top over this.
I'm not going
what they've done so far.
You are.
Whether you want to say
they caused the mess.
doesn't matter.
They've got to fix it.
They're
They've
doing
got
what they
to
should be doing.
fix it.
Okay, and
They've
they are
been
fixing
causing
the
this
mess
mess for 26 years. It's not just this window. Get real, guys.
But
this is a problem that's been for 26 years.
You have to.
Guys,
Look
I
what
don't
we
care
won.
about
If
it.
we're
What
bringing
we
in.
won? Two league cups.
Ellie,
Sorry,
I
a
don't
league cup
care.
and a Europa Cup. That's what we've won.
Okay,
In
Ellie, I don't
26
care.
years.
Let me ask you. In
That
your
is a big
lifetimes,
problem at Spurs.
have you seen this level of
Be
quality brought in
patient.
Spurs?
Be
in one
patient.
window?
Be
In your
patient
lifetime.
every year.
Who
Be
cares?
patient. We're all
I've
patients
seen-
in hospital. We're patients in hospital. Be patient. All right. Back
Yeah.
into my
No,
ward.
can I
I'll
just
be going
ask
to hospital
Benji?
when I'm shouting
Back
too
into
much.
C block.
Can I ask?
Plug
Is
in.
that okay not to have a front line?
Building a new team
No.
doesn't happen
No.
overnight. That's all we're saying.
Mate,
They
these
gave
are all
26
excuses.
years.
They're all
That's
That's not an
excuses.
excuse. What
Yes,
other
it
team have you
is.
seen plug every fucking hole in a team in one window?
Liverpool have been dominant.
No, it
Man
wasn't.
City have been dominant. Chelsea have been dominant.
And they've
Arsenal are
built
coming
over
back to be
time.
dominant.
They've built
We're,
over time.
Benji,
we're
every manager,
sleepwalking. We're
every manager
sleepwalking.
is a new project. Every manager is a
Rubbish.
new rebuild. They should have fixed the attack on day one. They knew
Yes.
for 2 years. For 2 years, they've known we needed to fix this attack. And they still
Yeah.
haven't done it.
They didn't fix it for Ange Postecoglou either. They gave him Solanke and 3 kids, and they expect him to do miracles.
But we've
And
got
then he gets
Stevino and
criticised.
Marmoush on the way, guys. What are we doing here?
We're
Ange
talking about.
Postecoglou won us a cup,
Ben,
right? And everybody criticises him. He won us a cup, for God's sake. Right? He won us a bloody cup.
Ellie,
Why are
who
we
the
talking
fuck
about
cares
Ange?
about Ange right now? Who the fuck cares about Ange right now?
Listen.
No, because
Sorry.
I'm saying, I'm bringing up Ange, right?
Oh, you
Because
started
they
this,
gave
Phil.
him
You let it go,
Solanke. They gave him Solanke. Did that fix our forward line? No.
But-
He's crap.
Okay, but they are
And
fucking
3
fixing
kids.
it right
And
now.
then you all criticise
How are they
Ange
fixing
Postecoglou.
it when they let
You had
Spence
the
go with no
cheek
cover,
to-
Michael?
You had the
Michael, hold
cheek
Are we
to
talking
criticise
about
him.
the attack? Are we talking about the attack or the defense? Because I'm fucking
How-
confused right now.
Rubbish.
Everything. All of it, Michael. The whole team.
Okay, that
You give Ange
All of it.
Postecoglou what they gave to Pep, and you
keep
think
it
he would
shut.
have
You're
been
right.
better.
We should go and buy
Of course he
15
would.
players right now. You're right.
Yeah,
Just keep
like-
your
No,
mouth
Benji,
shut.
Nobody
we
said
shouldn't
that.
let.
Nobody
Guys,
No,
said
don't
that.
do
Guys.
that.
Stop
Sorry.
that
Guys.
nonsense.
No. This is a nonsense. You don't let Spence go if Archie Gray is going to be your right back. You don't do that.
That's
Let
right.
Spence go, fine.
I
But
agree.
you better have a
Well said,
replacement.
still.
And they didn't do it. And look what happened. He got rinsed. He got torn to pieces, and we're losing games of football.
Got torn a new one, as they say in
if you're gonna
Tottenham.
sell
It essentially
Lancashire,
came out of nowhere.
if you're gonna sell Lancashire, fine, sell him. I'm all for it. But don't leave me with Richie. Don't do that. And they did it.
I know.
It's shit like that. But because we signed Tonali and because we signed Fernandez, it's okay. It's all right.
no,
Rubbish.
no.
all right,
When
it's
have
all
I
right.
said it? When have I said it? Are you
They
We
could
just
have
heard
been
Benji
the
say
same
it.
maybe if you stopped shouting over me and let me fucking finish my point, you would understand what I'm saying.
We've
right?
only
We're
spent
Greek,
money
we
on free
shout.
players. We've only spent money on free players.
And in 2 days we will have spent on 5. Like
I hope so.
Well,
I hope
4
so.
actually, because we're
You
not
don't know
playing
Greek
anymore.
people,
Michael, you
Michael.
said
We
that you
shout.
agreed that wasn't good enough.
guys.
Michael, you agreed though, right?
Yeah, I agree. We are bringing the forwards too late, but we
Okay,
are
that's what
bringing them. But we are bringing them, right? The window is not finished already, and we are bringing the forwards, right? And I get your points of being disappointed for the past 25 years, but
I
right
don't
now
even
the
care about
situation is, yeah, but I don't either, Scott, but I'm talking to like Ellie and Stelios, right? Because they have been mentioning the past 25 years. The situation right now is we finished 17th last year. That's all we care about. 17th last year. They went into the window, bought us 2 quality center backs, a good left back cover, 2 good midfielders, and they are going to buy in 2 days
And then
2
they
good
fucked us up
forwards.
front. They fucked us
No,
up right back.
what
and
2
they fucked
good
us in the
forwards?
8. They
Savigny and
Okay.
Marmoush, right?
You've got to ask yourself, is
Savvy-
Senesi better than Romero?
I mean, that's
Is
that's
Van
debatable,
Hecke
right?
better
But
than Romero?
Michael, they fixed
That's
For
what
me,
you've
yeah.
got to ask
Even if-
yourself.
Based,
Van Hecke
based
is
off the
better than
last
Romero.
3 years, absolutely,
How?
Ellie.
Van
How
Hecke
is
is
he
better
better
than
than
Romero.
Romero? How?
Every metric
It's
in the
not,
last 3
not
years.
every metric is better
he
than
played-
Romero.
he
You
played-
look at
It
their
doesn't,
he played for
metrics
the
and
team.
you'll
matter.
see.
He
Does
played
that
for the
really
team that
matter?
finished over us twice in the last
Listen.
2 seasons, right?
Michael,
Van
can I ask you a
Hecke,
question?
Van
Can I
Hecke
ask
is
you
a
a
good
question?
player, no doubt, but he's on a level with
Romero was
Romero.
bank
He's not
average most
better,
of the time.
he's not worse.
Michael, I want to ask something.
Yeah.
Whilst they've fixed things, do you think they've also created problems this window as well?
Right back is a problem that they created. I agree.
Allowing Lancashire to go without bringing in the forwards first. Do you think
They
that
are
might not be a
bringing the
problem?
forward now.
You
Like,
can't
Lancashire
keep
got to
having
do
this
with
fucking
anything.
What
conversation.
I
What has
said?
Lancashire got to do with anything?
This conversation is
The forward.
ridiculous.
It's ridiculous because you disagree.
It's ridiculous because you're overreacting. Michael's been absolutely spot on with what he's saying, right? The window is not finished yet, right? Sorry, what the fuck do you expect, right? When we've had Daniel Levy's gone, right? For the first summer ever, he's not here. We've got a manager who they're literally throwing money at him to do what we've all fucking called for so many fucking years, right? For so many years, all you lot have called for, back the manager. We're now backing the manager and you're fucking moaning. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you lot?
I never said it. We're pointing out truth.
It's moaning just for the sake of moaning.
How has he been backed? Tell me how he's been backed.
Because we're going to sign Savino and Marlush, probably Gakpo. What are you talking about?
If someone disagrees, that's not moaning. That means you just
that's moaning because it hasn't been done in the time that you want it done. Life doesn't work like that, Stel. It does not work like that.
Life works
sorry, you don't establish the time frames. You don't decide the time frames.
And you think you do?
Well, you don't either.
No, the clubs do. That's why we're trying to fucking bring them in.
Danny,
that's why the window's not finished yet.
In no position to tell me.
It's unbelievable. These Tottenham fans are
Danny,
fucking nuts.
Lost
the plot. You are unbelievable.
It's mad, isn't it? It's mad.
You're unbelievable, Scott.
Are you happy, Danny? Are you happy with what Enoch have done so far?
I'm fucking very happy with what they've done so far.
Right, whereas I disagree. I'm not happy. I want better.
Why? And we finished 17th twice in a row.
In Toys R Us, what you lot say.
Yeah,
we finished twice 17th twice in a row.
You've got low standards, mate. You've got low standards, Ben.
Did any of you lot fucking sit here? I'm sorry. Did you lot sit here and think that we were going to sign Tonali and Fernandes for £200 million when we fucking finished 17th twice in a row? Are you fucking being serious here?
So as long as we sign those two, and that's what I said.
You are moaning for the sake of fucking moaning.
No.
Unbelievable.
Michael, this is what I just said to Michael. Because we signed Tonali and Fernandes, all is okay now. No, it's not.
Who said it's fucking okay? It's a fucking project. The Zerbi's just got here.
You just mentioned them, mate.
The Zerbi has just got here. What do you think? We're going to beat Arsenal in a matter of one window?
No one said
that.
Fucking
hell, man. What the fuck is this?
When has that club done a project, for God's sake? We haven't done any.
Look at where Arsenal finished when Arteta fucking came into the club. He finished 8th and 7th in his first 3 years.
Yeah, that's Arsenal. They're superior to us.
No, Ellie, no. We're not a bigger club than Arsenal. We're not a bigger club than Arsenal, Ellie. Stop it. Stop that bullshit.
We're not bigger, but we can compete with them if we did the right things.
No, we cannot compete with Arsenal right now. Arsenal are an elite club.
We go half the hog and then we stop.
Ellie, I'm sorry. It's delusional to think we can compete with Arsenal. We cannot compete with Arsenal.
I'm sorry that Enoch are in charge of us and they go half hog all the time.
Ellie, this is the first window they're fucking trying to act differently. How are people not seeing this?
I'm seeing that.
Clearly you're seeing it because you're fucking sitting there moaning.
No,
you're the one that's come on losing his mind. You've lost the.
I'm losing my mind because all I'm listening to is fucking whinging. I'm fucking whinging. Michael's been sitting there trying to explain to you the window's not done. We're going to sign 2 or 3 more forwards and you're still sitting here moaning.
I don't agree with Michael.
All right.
Everyone, I don't agree with Michael.
Welcome
Nothing
to Chris
against
Cowlin
you, Michael.
TV.
I just don't agree with your
Welcome to Chris Cowlin
TV.
TV. Can everyone please agree with each other? No debating.
Yeah,
no disagree. Everyone say the same thing. Welcome to the Echo Chamber Cowlin TV. Everyone listen to Danny and Michael. Only their views exist. We're all friends. Yeah. No one's allowed to have a different view. No opinions. Like, subscribe, please. Chris Cowlin TV, Echo Chamber.
We don't have to agree with you or Michael. We're against what you're saying. Nice. Right, and we're against what you're saying because we've got evidence of what Enoch do. They go half hog, and they've done it again.
Clearly, you're ignoring what they're doing this summer. Clearly,
this is Chris Cowlin's 60-second review of all things Spurs.
All our problems, right? And you say they can't do it in one window. Fair dues, but they're not going to do it the next window or the next window. I have no.
How do you know that?
How do you know that?
How do you know that?
I've got 26 years of evidence.
Guys.
I know. I know.
So Ellie, are you going to
100%
sit there
Enid
and
will
tell
not do
me?
it.
Are you going to sit there and tell me if they bring in Marmoush and Savino, which is going to happen, and they bring in another striker or a Gakpo, are you going to sit there and tell me they're the same? Seriously?
I'm not going to say they're going to say, but I know they're half hoggish.
How do you know?
Right? Because I do. I've got evidence.
No, you don't.
Still and Scott M
It's like I've
want
got
them to be.
evidence
Oh
that
my
my
God,
husband
this
doesn't
is
put the bloody
insane.
toilet
How
seat
are I
down.
getting pulled into this nonsense?
Wow.
You agree with them.
Danny, my husband, I've been married to him for 43 years, and I tell him to put the toilet seat down, right, so that the bloody toothbrushes don't get the stink on them. But does he do it? No. Like Enoch is shit. They really are shit. They don't
Oh,
know
they're
what
not
they're
showing their
bloody
shit
doing.
this window,
And
are they, Ellie?
admitted it. They admitted it in their letter. They said we haven't
Yeah,
taken.
but
We've
Well, then
taken
are you
our
going to
eye
give
off
them a
the
fucking
ball.
chance to change? Because this window, they look like they're fucking changing. They're going to bring in three
I don't
attackers
give them a
who have
chance.
gone from a top club, who are taking from a top club, who are going to
No.
improve us.
I don't.
Guys,
I
We
don't.
can't
I don't
improve.
give them.
We
I
can't
don't give them any
improve.
kudos.
Ellie,
They've
let me
me
ask you one
down.
question. Let me ask you one question, Ellie. Van Heck,
Yeah.
Senesi, Robertson,
Yeah.
Fernandez, Tonali, Savino, Marmoush. Is that not good enough?
No.
In
Because I
what way?
want.
That's not.
No.
sorry,
Danny,
They're good
Benji,
enough.
can I ask
up.
you a
Listen,
I
question?
give
you're
up.
not
Tottenham
listening,
Hotspurs, I can
right?
tell you that much.
They're good enough in their own right, but we haven't fixed all our problems.
It's fine. Don't
But we
worry,
won't
guys.
fix
We
them
nearly
anytime
got
soon.
relegated last season, but those signings are not good enough.
And why did
Don't
we
worry.
nearly get relegated, Danny?
But
Don't
still,
worry.
it's all
Why?
good saying that, but who the fuck's going to buy these bags
Because
of shit?
Enid didn't.
This
Enid
is
didn't
not
plan,
this is not
and they gave the money
manager.
to
You've got to
shit.
get rid. It takes time.
And
Sorry,
Jed
can
Spence
Scott
didn't
speak?
want to be at
Guys,
this
1
football
minute,
club,
1
so he
minute.
can go
All right.
fuck off anyway.
Everybody
All right.
shut up and let
Do
Scott
you
speak.
think? Do you think
Wait,
we're going to
Ellie,
do
Ellie,
what
let
Arsenal
Scott
did?
speak. Scott, speak.
Just go. Just go. Don't.
No, Scott, speak.
Oh, fuck,
Scott.
How anticlimactic was that? No, Scott,
Yeah,
you'll get your
Scott,
fucking
that's
ass back
anticlimactic,
here and
mate.
speak.
I don't trust them one
You
bit.
tell him, Benji. Go on, Benji.
I've just
But
been
Scott,
told
the
off.
whole
I'm not
show's going to
The
stop when you
Brits
get
are
back
on
on.
tonight.
I've just been told off that I'm not Chris Cowling because he reads from a script. Scott, have your say, mate. Go for it.
Go on, Scott.
This is first of all, Danny comes in here yelling and screaming. I actually agree. I think Michael and I are actually fairly agreeing. I think it's more important to have them in than he does. That's the only difference. But I think we're pretty much on the same page. So no, everybody isn't just moaning, and it's fair enough to say we've had a good window, but that having those players that we need in doesn't excuse the fact that we haven't got the players in fast enough. And if we get them in, great. But there's no denying every single manager for every single club says, I want the players in early. So there's no problem in pointing out that not getting the forwards in early was a poor job by the club. It doesn't mean the window's crap. It doesn't mean all those players that we brought in aren't quality players and that we're happy with it. But there's no reason why we can't point out that we should have had at least one, if not two, of those forwards in now. That's not moaning. That's not whining. That's the reality. And
But
every
that's
time
the
Benji
same.
lists players off, they're all great. They're right.
It's the same, Scott. Every club wants to do things before the season starts. It doesn't happen like that, unfortunately.
But the difference is, Danny.
Say that we should have it, Danny.
The difference
like I
is,
said earlier,
yeah, of course,
if we had one
everyone.
forward
But I'm
in,
being
then we can
realistic
wait
here,
for the
Scott.
other guys.
I'm being realistic.
All
Right?
right.
Is that unfortunately we couldn't get the players in before because those clubs didn't want to release the players
Because we would only go for Premier League
they've
players.
got their own
Danny.
plans because they need to
we would only
strengthen
go
in their
for
own
Premier
ways.
League players.
Then don't
DK,
go for those
DK.
only two players.
boxed ourselves in,
Savio and
Danny.
Gakpo
We
are not
boxed
the
ourselves
only
in.
forwards that improve our squad.
Danny, the
For
difference
me,
is,
I see exactly what the plan is, what they're doing. So that's just me. We can agree to disagree on that.
In, Danny. There's plenty of European talent, and we didn't go after any of it. We only wanted Premier League. We boxed ourselves in, which is why we're in this late scenario situation.
I'd like to make a point about Danny's comment, right? The difference is, right, the Liverpools, the Chelseas, the Arsenals, the Man United, the Man Cities, they've always had plans, right? Man United have dropped off, yeah, but they've still won cups more than us, right? Because they've had plans. They're stringent with their planning. They know exactly who they want. They strengthen. We haven't done that. So all the crescendo of what we're seeing now, finishing 17th and 17th, is bad planning, right? Now, I'm not saying that Enoch, right, won't fix all the problems, right? Because they may well do, but I don't have trust in them. That's what I'm saying. And that's
Ellie,
why
we're
I'm
building the
not
foundation
moaning.
now.
I'm not moaning.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, yeah, if we build a foundation now and then go on like the other clubs have done for their 26 years, where they've reaped all the trophies, right? And they've reaped all the trophies because they've had their stringent plans and they've put them in place, whereas Enoch didn't, and they've left us short. That's what I'm moaning about. I'm not moaning about the current situation, but I don't trust them to fix it because they've had many years of trying to fix it, and they're making the same mistakes this window as well. Although they've strengthened, right, they're still making mistakes and leaving us short. And like
How are
Scott
they
says,
leaving us
and like
short? The
Scott
window's
says,
not
they've
finished.
no.
The
I
season
know, I get
started,
that.
Danny.
But let
The
me finish
season
We
my
just
point.
started.
played a
Let me
game
finish
with
my
Michael
Oh
point.
my
Moore's
god!
right
Let me finish
This
my
is
point. Like Scott says, they leave it too late. And when you leave it too late for the
Exactly.
manager, he hasn't got time to work with them and gel the team.
like
And then,
every team in the Premier League.
no,
We
Not
are in a
like
bigger
every
mess
team.
than
no,
those
Arsenal's
teams.
all
flying.
the
We're in a
successful
bigger
Liverpool's
teams,
mess.
they're
flying. City's
successful
flying.
because they made the plans. Right?
We're in a
They've
bigger
We
put
have
all
mess
the
the
than those
plans
plans as
in
Liverpool don't
well.
look
place.
like they have
They
a
built
plan.
their
I'm
Liverpool don't
sorry.
foundation
look.
How
and
can
then
you
they've
sit there?
grown. Look
How
at
can you sit
Arsenal,
there and
right?
say, Ellie, that
They've
they didn't
won
have a
4
plan?
league titles to our 0 in the
Sorry,
Premiership.
this is the first
Four
season
league
where they actually
titles
look
to
like
our
they've had a
0.
plan.
They don't look like they have a plan up front,
Arsenal
Danny, but
plan.
they
Oh
do
my
off the
god.
plan.
Arsenal
What are
plan,
we
right?
doing
They
here?
fell off. They fell off because other teams planned a little bit better
Robertson
than
was a
them.
free,
But
De
now
Graaf
they've
was
come
a
back with a
free,
force.
Senesi
How is
was a
that? How is
free.
that a bad thing? How is that a bad thing?
And how's that not a plan?
It
Because
just,
they're
it just
bad
shows they
players.
never intended to spend the kind of money needed. They've gone for the free
Oh
ones.
my.
It's true what Stel says.
Senesi was the leader. Senesi was the leader of the team that finished sixth. We got
Who,
him on a
who,
free.
who are the free signings Arsenal made when they won the league?
Senesi was also Liverpool
Arsenal
were
are
interested in him as well,
superior
by the
to
way.
us, sorry. They
Who?
plan superior.
Arsenal right
Berta
now.
is a fantastic DOF. Have we got a DOF at the club? Have we got a
Yeah, we do.
DOF? Ask yourself that.
Yeah,
We
De
do.
Zerbi.
We do.
Yeah, we haven't got no DOF. We've got
We do.
That's a
deserving.
problem.
We do.
It's a problem.
We do have a DOF. You guys know
Where's
that,
that
right?
By the
DOF
way,
then?
can I just do 2 super chats because I've been sitting here. Sorry, guys. Big up to Vice
Rubbish.
City Live, who says 5 games and we are dominant. We are winning games. I don't know what that means. We lost the first game, Vice. Does anyone know what this is about?
I think he means in 5 games will be great. But
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. So after 15 points. All right. Looking forward to that. Della Spurs. Thank you for the super chat, by the way, Vice. Della Spurs. Thank you as always. Missed this yelling for a match review. The Premier League is back. Big up Della Spurs each and every time. There's one thing, actually. I don't want to go on too long because I've been going for almost 3.5 hours. There's one last thing I wanted to ask you guys, actually. Did you guys see this? Apparently, Spurs. Sorry, what's going on here? Apparently, we're going to break some UEFA financial rules next season. Did you see this story?
Yeah, I heard about it.
So, I heard Connor talking about it.
But... Yeah.
Well, is this good? Does it sound good? I mean, I haven't had a chance to properly read it, but I heard we're going to be breaching rules.
What depends what the punishment is, though, doesn't it? What's the punishment?
A slap on the wrist is nothing.
A slap on the wrist.
Yeah.
It's
like
nothing.
you make
So
make 50 million for making the Champions League and have to pay a $10 million fine. So
it's not even that.
It's like Villa when they...
It's like a £2 million fine or something like that. It's nothing.
5 or something great.
Nothing to worry
about. It's basically a match day's beer revenue for Spurs.
Can I
fucking true.
Can I just say, let's talk Tottenham. You're talking absolute shit. Arsenal had a lot less to correct. They replaced 25 players. Only Saka survived.
And how many have we replaced already in one window still with our new manager?
That's a different comment to this. To say Arsenal had less to do is bollocks.
I know, but we are on a project at the moment.
I'm just Danny, hold on a minute.
It's a 5-year plan, is what De Zerbi said.
Danny, can I answer the question that the guy put in the comments without you going nuts? Right? To say Arsenal had a lot less to do is bollocks. Everyone at Arsenal got cleared out. Everyone. Only Saka survived. So let's think before we speak and say things that aren't true. Danny, we've got to clear it out as well. I'm not saying we don't.
But that's what he's going to do. It takes time.
We are doing that.
Yeah, we are doing that. Like, if you look at the end, by the end of the window, if Gakpo, Marmoush, and Savino come in, right, we get Sarr out, maybe Richarlison leaves as well. How many players would have left and we signed? It's nearly 10 in, 10 out. That's fucking crazy.
But I'm not disagreeing with that. My point was...
So that is essentially an unbelievable window. But that's by the standards that we've seen from the past.
That's not my point, though. You're arguing something completely different to what I said.
No, because my point is essentially that ENIC they've got a plan, and ENIC are doing this for the long run because this is what they've intended. And for them to do what they've done or what they look like they're going to do by the end of this window, that is fucking amazing by ENIC standards. Because I'm not looking at what's happened in the past. I'm looking at what's going to happen now and what's going to happen next. That's what I'm looking at. The past is done. It's done. They've said what they've said in the summer, right? They said they're going to do actions that speaks louder than words. So let's see. This is all we can do. We can't do anything more.
And I am seeing, and I'm saying that you do not. I don't care what ENIC say. You do not get rid of Spence if you know Archie Gray is going to be your right back in a game that is worth 3 points. You do not go into the season under any circumstances with the same front three that we ended it with.
You can't force a player to stay if they don't want to be here.
You've got to have at least them be ruthless. Them be ruthless. We should have had at least just one fresh attacker against Brentford. To start Bergvall in the 8 was diabolical. These things are inexcusable to me. Now, you might tolerate it for the bigger vision. I will not tolerate stuff like that. I will never accept that because that's why we lose games. So
maybe I'm just numb to losses after those 2 seasons. Like, can I be honest with you? Like, we got slapped 3-0. I just shrugged my shoulders and moved on with my life.
Michael, I'm equally numb. I knew that was going to happen. I'm not disagreeing with you there. Danny, you're right. We can't force Spence to be here. I have no problem with them selling Spence. But why couldn't we have had a right back in? That's not too much to ask, right? That's fair. We could have had a right back replacement in. No?
But what if it came out of nowhere and they weren't planning on buying a new
It didn't come out of nowhere, Benji. We all knew Benji, wasn't going to be
what is he doing? What is he doing, Benji?
We all know that Archie Gray is not
Hold on, so in
good
the Milan,
right back. He's not a good right back. He gets bullied.
Don't get it wrong. I did a fucking rant video about losing Spence. I was furious. But if the guy wants to leave, he wants to leave. There's nothing we can do about it. But this came out of nowhere.
No, it didn't,
came out of nowhere. So you're telling me Inter have been linked with fucking Spence for months, is he? No.
Spence was
what
linked
are you talking about,
Benji?
We've been talking about whether Spence would be happy or not as a backup. We've talked about that last season.
He was linked to Inter Milan quite a while ago.
Yeah.
I'm not saying we 100% knew leaving. We knew it was a possibility, so plan for it.
Look,
and then
regardless, hold on, let me land. Regardless, we've all sucked on 25 years worth of dog shit from ENIC. They've been sat here building an empire of wealth. Okay, this ENIC 2.0, not that I have total faith as of yet, took over just after the start of last season. Right, we got rid of. Good Lord, they got rid of Levy. They implemented loads new different people around the club, which is great. Okay, some of them maybe not, so great in their position, that Charrington and all that shit. But let me just say, right, they have, as of now, done exactly what they said they were going to do. Okay, they've had 2 windows. We all knew in January nothing major was going to happen. This window.
Sorry, why did we know that?
What?
Why
it was obvious. Was it not obvious to you? Because what?
Why did we know nothing was going to happen in January?
Benji, I think they fucked up in January, right?
No. January, you're right. And you know what? They came out and admitted it themselves. We fucked up.
Because
We should have
they're
brought in a few more players.
arseholes.
But
Why wouldn't they
regardless, that was then, this is now. That was their very first window. January's a very, very hard window to bring people in.
No,
People
it
learn
isn't.
from mistakes.
But
No,
we
it
all no.
isn't.
Yes, it is.
Okay,
Rubbish.
guys, let him move
Let
on.
Benji
to
finish.
something.
Let Benji finish. Ellie, let Benji
let him
finish.
I've had
Let Benji
45
finish.
years of watching football. January is not a hard window. Rubbish.
I mean,
Go on,
I've had longer than that.
Benji,
I'm
go
saying
on, mate.
just when I was 18, I understood about football.
You've got to take players away from a team that could be fighting for something. So for me, it's absolutely harder to buy players in January. But that's your opinion. Fine. So all I'm simply saying is, thus far, ENIC have stuck to their word. They are bringing in that we would have brought in 8 quality players, maybe not Dubravka. He's just a backup, so it doesn't matter. But 7 quality players. They have done exactly what they said they were going to do. And as Mike was alluding to earlier, you are never going to fill every hole in the first transfer window.
Can I retort on
Also,
that?
getting in a competent right back isn't everything. Everything that you said can be true, Benji.
But who knows they're not going to get one,
why they
Scott?
can't get a right back.
We are not signing a right back. Deserby's come out and said it.
They probably won't, but
we never know.
They've got Archie Gray as backup.
I'm
That's
happy
their
to bet you
backup.
all money we do not sign a right back.
Well, if they do, then that's on De Zerbi, isn't it? That's on the club's decision and his decision.
So when we don't do things, it's De Zerbi's fault. When we do things, it's ENIC that we praise.
Come on.
What are we doing here?
Be real, Danny. It's not on De Zerbi. They're control freaks.
Yes, it is.
They're control freaks, ENIC.
If De Zerbi is happy to have Archie Gray as a right back, right, we cannot sit here and have the same argument about ENIC out and all this shit if we cannot blame the manager, who all of you say is one making decisions on the players that are bringing in.
I never said De Zerbi's making
if De
decisions. I don't
Zerbi
think he wants
is happy with Archie Gray, then that's on De Zerbi.
Yes, Danny, I agree. I agree. But it's still a problem, right?
Yeah, of course. I don't agree with it. I don't agree with it, but it's on De Zerbi.
Can I read the super chat very quickly? One super chat.
I'm going, lads. I'm going, Ellie. See you later. Bye-bye.
Dan List, it's in the
See you later, Dan.
I'm exhausted.
Like,
Take
subscribe,
care. Big
follow
up,
the
chat.
Dan List
See you,
TV
Dan.
every time. Phil Coy's super chat, thank you. Some Spurs fans will never forgive or forget shame. Well, that's like saying if a burglar comes in your house, burns your house down, steals everything, you just forgive and forget. It's all right. Don't worry about it. It's all right, mate. What are we doing? Come on.
Can I read out one?
Yeah, which one? I'll put up on the screen.
Oh, okay. Savas. I have no idea what it's got. This
what time did he? What time was it? What time was it?
I can't see it on my phone. It's not that far up. Maybe 5 or 6 up.
What
does it say?
Hilarious.
No. This is why other fan bases laugh at us. It's very,
a bit
very
lower,
close.
a bit lower still. Right over Danny's comment.
Can someone give me a time?
God, it's right. It should be
5:12, so 9
got
hours.
it.
Yeah, you
got it.
Yeah,
Got it.
there it is. Yeah, I see it.
So Savas says this is why other fan bases laugh at us. We have zero standards and love an excuse. I agree with that.
Right, okay, fine. But if having zero standards is bringing in 7 top quality players, then I don't know what the fuck we are
compared
doing
to what we had, Benji, anyway. We've raised the standards of the players.
This transfer window has been monumental for Tottenham. As soon as we land Savinho and Marmoush,
3-0.
So what?
But
it's the first game.
How is it monumental? How is it monumental if we got slapped?
This fan base, I understand there are fans out there that make excuses.
Jason Cundy
This
rinsed
isn't
us.
excuses.
Who cares about fucking Cundy?
Who cares about Kanti?
I don't give a fuck about him anyway.
Excuses.
The point is, this is not
Other fan
excuses.
bases. That's what Savas saying. Other fan bases.
Honestly,
Sorry.
Go on, Benji.
You asked me to bring the comment up,
I can't.
Benji, you asked me to bring the comment up.
Yeah, but I'm not being allowed to fucking speak. All I'm trying to say is, can you not see that there is standard? Of course we've got fucking standards. The standards are we're getting exactly what we wanted. We wanted, I mean, do I need to repeat this shit? We wanted a backup left back. We got the backup left back that was second to fucking Van Heck in line breaking passes. The guy had a great season, was fantastic for Bournemouth. And then you go and replace a centre back that, for all intensive purposes, most of the fan base didn't like anymore. The guy wasn't consistent. So what do? You go and pick up someone whose metrics have gone up and up and up and up for fucking
like you were
3
saying,
years running now. Right, for 3 years running now.
Guys,
sorry.
We're not
But
prepared.
that's a player that Spurs wouldn't go for historically.
We're
right?
underprepared.
No, hold on. And then we go on to Tonali. We finished 17th twice in a fucking row. I never in my wildest dreams would have thought we had a right to go for a player like him.
Yeah.
And you can say, oh, yeah, he had a bad season for it. Paul Scholes come out and said that Tonali is one of he thinks he's even better than Declan Rice in midfield.
Buffon came out and said Vicario is going to be the next best Italian goalkeeper.
Okay.
Well, yeah. Okay. All right, but fine. But I would. Okay, but I'd lead to trust somebody like a Paul Scholes. And
he's a good signing. We all agree.
Okay. So then Fernandez. Fernandez, let me tell you something. Now, I watched him in depth, the same as I did with Savinho. Let me tell you something. In the next 6 to 8 months,
mate. Why can you not see that?
Yeah, but
we're not prepared.
I understand that. Yeah, but you need to understand we can't plug every hole in
it's
one
not
window.
Every hole.
This is fucking nonsense.
Oh, fuck
yes.
Nonsense. You can't do
Getting
that.
a backup right back is
further on from Fernandez. And then you go and get a Marmoush and a Savinho. Now, people shit talk me about Savinho all the fucking time. And to me, I just think people don't watch fucking football. Savinho is a baller, and he will fucking change every dynamic of Spurs. He's going to be unreal. Okay? Marmoush, everything you would want in a De Zerbi-style striker. We have gone out and spent a lot of money on a lot of quality. We've never done that in Spurs' history. You know what we're famous for? Last-minute fucking bargains. And once every 5 years, a Klinsmann, a Van der Vaart. Look what we've gone and done. Two things. You can't tell me that things haven't changed. And second, I understand that there are holes in the squad and we do need certain positions. Fine. But you're not going to do that in this current climate in one fucking window. Please.
Yeah, I agree, Benji.
Benji, explain to me how we can't buy a backup right back. Tell me how that's not...
How do you know that's not going to happen?
Because he's not here.
Come back to me in 9 days. Come back to me in 9 days when the window's finished. We can have this conversation again.
Wait to the end.
So we lose. So we just throw away the Brentford game. No big deal.
Keep losing games.
It's one fucking game. We're not going for the league this season. Where everyone was saying, as long as we finish in the top half, they're happy because it's an improvement. And now you're sitting here moaning because we lost our first fucking game.
Danny.
Because Spurs fans like this go from here to here.
You're saying
forget themselves.
Go on, Benji.
Benji's the same guy that argued me to say give Frank a chance, Why we turned against him?
Don't you fucking dare bring that up. That was 50 years ago. Okay, we're older now. Let that shit go, right? I had the same fucking causes to assume Frank would fucking succeed like the rest of the other motherfuckers that did. So you can't just pick me out of that one, all right? There was good reasons.
Well, they're not on my show. They're not on the show. They're not on the show. What can I do?
That may be the case, but it's not the fucking point. We're not bringing up Frank. It's nothing to do with Frank, all right? I got that wrong. Unlike a lot of other YouTubers, I can admit that. I don't give a shit.
Guys,
it's an opinion.
ENIC knew for 3 months the injury crisis Frank had, and they went into that January window completely unprepared, right? ENIC knew the day they sacked Frank, the day they got rid of Thomas Frank, when was it? March. They knew the work that was needed at this club. To not have completed essential parts of it still now, I'm sorry. They've had more time than any other club to know what was needed. And they haven't done it yet. That's why I'm like, this is a nonsense. We are not prepared for this season. And they had longer than any other board to know what was needed.
Danny, you agreed. That's what I don't understand. You agreed that we should have had a right back in, right?
I would like to have a right back, yes, but again.
So how's it moaning by just pointing out that we should, right? That's not moaning.
No, it's not. I wasn't saying we're talking about the right back situation. I was talking about the players in general. It's the fact that we've actually tried to go out and completely rejuvenate the starting 11. We're going to literally have, bar 2 players, a whole new starting 11. Literally a whole new starting 11. No, I wouldn't have sat here end of last season thinking that we're going to have Marmoush, Savinho, Tonali, Fernandez, Van Hecke.
No.
I would have told you you're fucking on drugs. Like, you're having a laugh. Like, that's what I would have said to you. ENIC doing this, right? No chance. So the fact that they've gone and done that, right? Regardless,
Dan, these same people said we're going to have to lower our expectation in players that we bring
exactly.
in. Do you remember that? Do you remember that, Danny?
Yeah. Exactly.
But Danny,
and also,
all of that can be true.
These people aren't me, though.
All of that can be true, and it can be right that we should have had at least one forward in early, probably two, and we should have had our right backs sorted. Right? That can all everything you said can be true, and the other stuff can be true. Right?
Yeah, but the thing is, right? I saw Sava's comment about we sold Johnson, we sold Son. I don't disagree with that, but the thing is that is different is they're now got a manager who they have faith in right now and who they're backing. They haven't done that before. This is the first summer window without Daniel Levy's input into any transfer, right? He is not there no more, right? So the staff and De Zerbi has far more control of who comes in and who comes out, and it's very clear to see that because they're going for higher quality level player. If we end up with Gakpo, Savinho, and Marmoush as our front line, I'm gonna sit here and be like, that's fucking incredible, considering we've had the worst front line for the last 2 or 3 years, right? But again, I'm gonna repeat, those last 2-3 years, that front line was shit, and they've known their shit. That was under a different model, a different ownership, and a different chairman, right? And a different managers. So we had different plans. Now we've got a vision with one manager, right? And if they stick with that manager's vision, there's no doubt in my mind in the next few years, we're going to be back up that table in challenging for the top 4. That's what I believe. So, and I'm more than happy to. It doesn't matter if we don't finish. I'd like to get us into Europe this season, and I think that's more than achievable. But it's going to take at least 10 to 20 games before this team gets into the flow, because like I said before, it's going to be 9 out of 11 players that are brand new. Everyone else, only 2 players in that squad, and Kinski, you could say, are going to be starting. Other than that, everyone else is different. Van der Ven and Porro are the only players in that starting 11 that are going to be the same from what we've had for the last 2 years. Everyone else is fucking new. So it's going to take time. And people just need to relax a little bit.
But that's none of that explains why we can't have bought in a forward by now. That's all I'm saying. I think you would even agree if you didn't want to. Like, you would agree we should have probably one forward in by now, right?
There's I would. Scott,
what's wrong
if
with
it was up
that?
to me, Scott, if it was up to me, I would have had all the forwards in now and more, right? But the problem is, Scott.
Danny.
Yeah. I listen, guys. I've been listening for a bit.
Go on, Michael. I want to hear you. Go on, Michael.
I think the point is that me, Benji, and Danny, we don't really care that we lost to Brentford, right?
No.
And we just want the team to be prepared for the whole season, right?
Yeah.
And it fucking hurt to be slapped like that, right? I completely agree with that. But I think we are just like pointing out that in the long run, what the Cup is doing is great.
Yeah.
And you guys are pointing out that they fucked up and didn't prepare us for the season, for the beginning of the season, right?
Yeah.
And if we agree with you guys that they didn't prepare us, but you guys also agree with us that it looks good what they are doing right now. So I think out of all of that, we just come to a conclusion that we basically agree. We just came to it from different angles, right? That's how I look at it.
I think the only one who doesn't agree, Mikhail, is Stel. He still thinks we're not on the right path.
Michael, I agree with you. I will just point out, I don't think it's just
you don't hear one.
This is going to take longer.
Into a different argument. You've been doing it all night. Guys, I'm going to wrap it up. It's been 3 hours and 45 minutes. That's another 2-hour show that's gone double over. It's also 6:30 a.m. here. 6:30 a.m. Oh my God.
You are in Thailand.
Oh yeah, you're in Thailand. Fuck, I forgot.
So the breakfast buffet opens in 30 minutes.
Come on,
Gonna go get some
massage, $5.
I'm going to give myself a $5 massage and some egg noodles.
Nobody told you to move to Cyprus.
Do you know, no one told me it was raining
us.
season. It's raining every day here, by the way. I've left a hot country to come to the
I'm
rain.
coming on the 3rd. It better not rain when I get there.
No, he's in Thailand, Ellie.
Oh, he's in Thailand.
Yeah, Still's in Thailand.
I thought he was in Cyprus. Bloody hell, you move about still.
It's monsoon season. I've got this all wrong. I've got this badly.
You've gone Thailand.
I'm thinking, why is this 5-star hotel so brilliantly cheap? I know why now. There's no one here.
Yeah, my daughter went last year still for 3 months. She took a sabbatical and she loved it. She wanted to live there.
Yeah, Thailand's amazing.
We all know
Listen,
myself.
Benji, when you next on Tottenham Concept?
So I've just done a podcast with I nearly said True Geordie then.
True Faith podcast.
Thank you.
Newcastle.
True Faith. So that'll be coming out soon. Tuesday night, we've got the 3rd episode of the Chinwag coming out. I've got Deji joining me on that. Hopefully a few others. Other than that, I hate plugging myself, but I'll say this. Listen, if you want unbridled waffle and opinions that change from week to week to week, then please stop by. I'd love if you could.
Benji, I'll give you one advice. Don't be afraid of plugging yourself because
I hate it.
No, don't hate it, man. Just do it. That's the way you grow. You grow organically. It's brilliant.
Trying, we're getting there. Listen, we're 300 in 3 weeks, so you know what, we're getting there, and I massively appreciate all the support.
Benji,
from all the viewers.
When Deji's on your show, could you ask him a question for me? You can do it live as well. Can you say Stelios said to ask you? Could you elaborate on a couple of weeks ago when you said that Tottenham is in the best with the best prepared team for second place? I'd just like to know.
I was on that show. On the catch up.
Yeah. If you could say, Stel just wants to know where you're at with that.
I had to back. Yeah. I will do. I had to back the guy as well.
Check out the Tottenham Concert, Benji on the road to 500 subs. Michael, thanks for coming on as always, bro. Anything you want to say? Oh, literally, no.
Literally, no. I have said everything I wanted to.
Michael's, why did I waste my time coming on? Like, why did I do it?
Wait, it's 1:30 a.m. I'm waking up in like 4.5 hours. So
I can see the sun's coming through. Scott, thanks for coming on, mate. Anything you want to say before we wrap it up?
Yeah, it's 5:30 in the evening, so I'm ready to go for another 8 hours if we want. No problem here. But
that's right.
The challenge. It's not a challenge.
Always good. I'll never back down. I've heard every manager say they want all the players in early. I don't think there's anything wrong with pointing out that we should have had stuff done. That doesn't mean that the window, that the players we brought in, we weren't happy with. Tonali, Senesi, Van Heck, Fernandez, all good signings. Some of the other ones I could do without. But we'll see. And let's hope that, as Danny thinks, these guys will come in and we'll be top of the league right away.
I never said top of the league right away.
So,
hey,
Danny,
we just make stuff up what people say here, Danny. Come on, you know how the YouTube game works. We don't have to worry about what people actually say.
It's true, you don't.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, Danny, anything you want to say before we have our Premiership victory parade in 9 months?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting Gakpo and Marmoush and Savinho over the line, and looking forward to having a completely new first 11 pretty much, and then it's up to the Derby to get to work on that in that training ground and get him ticking, and then we'll see what happens. And of course, I'm looking forward to getting some of the other players back fit as well. We need Maddison fit. We need Kudus fit because they're a big part of the season when they're fit. So it's exciting times. I'm looking forward to the season. I'm really excited to see what happens.
We will find out. Before I come to Ellie, shout out to Mari and Maz, who were on earlier on. Also, shout out to Danny, who was on Hotspur Hood. Make sure you check out Dan's channel too.
Oh, Stel,
Ellie, you've got, yeah.
So just one more thing. Archie Gray should never be named captain at this football club again. That was the worst decision by De Zerbi so far as Tottenham manager.
Yeah, I mean, we did a whole section on that.
I know. I listened to it earlier.
I agree. I agree.
Danny, stop being so negative.
Fuck off, Ellie.
All I've got to say is the Greeks have sort of been very loud tonight. And we shout because that's our nature. It doesn't mean that we don't make good points, because if people listen to what we're saying, either if you agree with Danny, if you agree with Stel, if you agree with me, and then the non-Greeks, Xeni, right, with Benji, Michael, Scott, Danny, Danalist. Yeah, what you guys
Big up
are
the Dan list. I
fantastic.
forgot. Big up Dan list. Check out the Dan list.
Yeah,
the Spurs
Danalist,
Dan
man.
list
Don't forget
Thanks for
him.
remembering.
He's got 3 kids to look after as well, so he's got a lot
big
on
up
his
Dan list for
plate.
coming on.
Yeah,
check out his channel.
but I just want to say I'm really happy that I'm back on your show still, because I actually adore you and I adore the show. I'm in sync with most of the things you say as
Making
well.
old man very happy.
Yeah, right. And also, I'm happy for the opportunity to do the ladies' show again. I don't know if you guys know, I had a really bad fall yesterday, and I'm not in good shape in terms of my physicality, but my mental state is there. And although contrary to belief, I do feel that ENIC are doing the right steps, but there is a big but. Right, I just feel that they let me down so many times. It's hard for me to trust them. So my trust will be won when they've actually finished this project, like they say, right, and really build for De Zerbi, because every manager we've had has been let down, really. So I hope they don't do it to De Zerbi, and like just do this window and then just go back to their own ways. All right, so check out everybody's channel. Check out my TikTok as well, because it's very good, at Queen Ellie Coys. And check out my X account at Spurs Are My Passion, because they are my passion. That's why we're all here, because we love our club.
Hold on, what's your X account again, Ellie?
Benji.
My X is at Spurs Are My Passion, and my TikTok is at Queen Ellie Coys.
Yes, Stel.
That's how you plug your channel.
Do you know what I mean? Pure quality. Class.
that was a plugging masterclass. That sounds sexual, doesn't it? A plugging masterclass.
Yeah, it's a sexy one. And
don't be doing too much plugging if you're watching the show, guys.
Still, you know the ladies' show. I want to talk to you about that, because I obviously I'm
you are in the right
place
for it, Stel, so enjoy yourself, wouldn't you, pal?
Oi, $5.
Yeah, $5.
Oh, you are beautiful, baby.
Oh my goodness.
Still, are you at a 5-star luxury hotel then?
Yeah, do you see the room?
Nice one. My daughter went to that one, but she stayed there a couple of nights, and then she went on to Bangkok. She wanted to visit Bangkok as well, for obviously reasons. Yeah.
Oh, very nice.
Very nice.
Yeah, it's shame it's raining every day.
Go and get a breakfast pad thai style.
Mate, do you know, I had 3 plates of food earlier. Thai food is so good, man.
The best. Thai food and Vietnamese food.
It's really lovely. Thai food. It's beautiful.
It is good. And it's cheap here.
So, yep.
All right, guys, listen, thank you very much. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell on my channel, their channel, everyone's channel, and your channel. We will be back at some point. I don't know when, but we will be back. Check out Benji. He's going to be live soon, and everyone else. So, all right. Peace, love, up the Spurs, and speak soon. Up the Spurs.